If people could hear us,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
I mean, that whole thing, Shane. WTH, buddy. What the world?
What the world?
Yeah. Are you on it?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Morning, everybody.
Kobe says we're mimes today.
Hey, killed you. I've gone deaf.
We're good now. Thank you.
A-Train says
Thank
we're
you.
good now.
Thank you.
All aboard. The
Al-
Nut Job Express.
Alex chimed in this morning. He goes, "It's Friday.
Yeah.
I do have a job, but I ain't got ish to do.
We do.
Every once in a while, a couple hours at least.
Yeah.
Got some things to do.
Did you make a trip to Costco?
Yeah, no, that was last week. I've had Cheez-Its all week now.
You're locked and loaded.
Yeah, I got my Cheez-It game right. We're ready to go. Ready to rock and roll.
Do you like satiate yourself to the point where you've got to do something different, or you can just go?
No, there will be a point where I don't want to look at a Cheez-It.
You're over the Cheez-It.
Yeah, where I don't
game?
want to look at a Cheez-It again for months. We haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I don't know if there is such a thing for me that I like that much.
So I'll get to a point. It happens with almost every food or drink item.
I know, Shane, you're like that with lunch meat, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just go and
It's a little too exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boy, do I go through my 3-week binge in a lunch meat.
Oh, I binged that.
mention meat. He got excited. It's not his fault. He loves lunch meat.
Shane, he's choosing
No, he
violence.
He's a big
Exactly.
cold cuts guy.
Yeah, that's-
We know this about Shane.
Shane,
How dare you try and paint me in a corner?
Shane, big Ravi guy.
You like cold cut. Everybody likes cold cuts.
What's the hardest part of your job? Trying to be nice to stupid people.
Shane, what's your favorite cold cut?
Being alone on the toilet is proof that you'll always be alone when shit goes down.
Funky Giblet says Brazilian lunch meats.
Shane, who you calling? I think stupid is one of those words that's like not super naughty, but it is very inflammatory.
Yeah, you kind of you bristled up when I called people stupid the last couple of days.
I think that's kind of a harsh word.
What would you
For not a harsh word. If that
Yeah,
makes
for not
sense.
like a
Yeah, it's not
vulgar word.
It's like ooh, you can't say that, but you call people stupid quite a bit.
I think the only person I've called stupid this week was Nick Stauskas. Which I think that was earned.
Are you getting on that again?
No, because CBS Sports decided to chime in yesterday too.
What CBS Sports have to say?
It was I can't remember the analyst names. It's something Young. It's the female one.
Oh yeah.
And she
Not
goes,
to be confused with Stephen Young.
no, that's not. Stephen Young would never. No, she went in on, and I would have sent the clip to Shane, but they actually ended up deleting it because Nebraska fans got in the comments and actually community noted her. So like they went hard.
Dude, does anybody go harder than
Nebraska basketball
fans?
Twitter? Absolutely not. But she goes, yeah, I mean, I don't really buy Nebraska as a Final Four team yet because they've mostly played the bottom half of the Big Ten to this point.
Yeah, I saw that.
And everybody's like, they've played exactly as many top half teams as bottom half teams, and they're 9-1. So what are we talking about here?
Oh yeah. You know who we should have sent her?
Who?
Major Wagers write up.
Oh yeah,
Dude, have you
no, that was good stuff. I appreciated that.
the consensus on that thing is pretty legit.
Mm.
But can I go back to something here real quick?
Yeah, whatever you want.
I assume lunch meats came from because you typically eat those meats at lunch,
I would assume, yeah.
and cold cuts because you typically cut them cold.
I don't know if you cut them cold or serve them cold. Right? I don't know the process, but either one.
Okay. I just want to go back to something real quick.
Okay.
Shane, it was at what point did he utter the word stupid? 7:03, 4?
Me? Oh, no,
not
him.
You. Yeah, him.
Well, he played the drop, but yeah, it was 7:04.
Early.
Yeah.
Can I just ask what kind of mood you're in, Shane? Are you in a decent mood?
Trying to be nice to stupid people.
I just want to know what kind of mood he's in.
Sounds like he's in a great mood.
Feel great. Poetic justice.
Oh, man, that warms the cockles of my heart.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
One of the
big Bart
greatest
Scott guy.
low-key forgotten lines in sports interviewing history.
That whole part is leading up to the can't wait, right?
Yeah, they can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
But you had to see him. He was huffing and puffing, so pissed and elated that they won. You couldn't contain him. You could not contain him.
Anybody can be beat.
The
Just angry.
can't stop a nosebleed. Sounds like something Jay Foreman would say.
Yeah.
Except for he'd say it much more like cool, calm, and collected. He'd be like, man, you can't stop a nosebleed.
What are we doing with the lettuce? We going taper, no taper, just natural?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get it going to the south side fade here pretty soon. I got to get up there. I got to go back to Minneapolis. So I got to go see my man Eddie. He gonna have me, man. I might get a little Tim Duncan going on a little bit with the little fade. Yeah, I got it going on. I won't have the Pee-wee in the back like back in the day with the rubber bands, but I have a little south side fade with the little fro going on.
Oh, yeah, he's wild.
Man, hit him with the one-hitter quitter.
I used to have to walk to school, and I'm not doing that no more, so it's all good.
He said, brother can't get his bread. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
What's the one he said about it might be fake money, but spends the same? Or
yeah, I laughed my head
that was a
off.
good line. I can't remember exactly how he said it.
We'll be really into the cupcake time.
Todd says cold cuts are cooked meats that are intended to be served cold.
Rather than what doesn't Todd know?
So what do you do with like a ham, Todd? Because they cook that, but it is kind of intended to, like, they cook that before you get it.
Do you know what I found?
What's up?
Along the lines of ham. So I look for this. So if you guys ever see this, holler at your boy. Just let me know. So one of the greatest finds I ever found was a package of bacon pieces. So it's a vacuum sealed. It looks like a brick, right? Like if you were about to. It looks like it's a square deal that's vacuum sealed, wound tightly.
Build a retaining wall or something.
Yes, not for distribution. And it was bacon pieces.
Not where I thought you were going at all.
So you can like pull them out, and it's cut all uneven. It's just literally what I just said. It's like bacon pieces.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. I found 2 weeks ago ham pieces.
Oh, I've seen those. They're like kind of diced up.
They're not
like
perfectly squared. They're just like
chunks,
random chunks.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Some are like good meaty pieces. Some are extra fatty. But you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. When you guys ever find like bacon pieces and like the ham pieces like that, let your boy know. Okay. Now, having said that, back to your ham story. Are you one of those people that feel ham's overrated? Because you could easily get backhanded this morning.
No, I like ham.
Okay, ham's good.
No, I think ham's good.
Shane, where are we on ham since you had pork crammed down your throat literally as a kid?
Ham's fine.
Ham's fine. Sausages.
No.
Out on sausage.
Out
you
on
had
sausage.
That too much. I don't know why you had more. Why did your family produce more sausage than bacon? Is sausage easy to get from pigs than bacon? It's the same thing, right?
It was probably more. I mean, I think we bought the sausage.
You had pigs. Why would you buy sausage?
Yeah, but you can't just make sausage.
I mean,
sure you got it, my man.
You like your ex-girl you don't like.
He was so mad at me that day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I had to put him on ice.
Alex says Shane more of a hamburger fan.
He did say it like a 4-year-old.
No, I
wasn't involved in the cooking when I was like 8.
Yeah.
We don't know your life, Shane. Sometimes kids get into chores.
Hey, remember?
I was in the chores, but not the cooking.
Hey, so, Liquid, remember the day I was looking for the stuff for Zoe for the pizza and spaghetti?
Yeah.
So on one side is one deal, on the others, they now have, this has Shane written all over it, and it's 2 for $6.79. Do you turn your oven on, first of all?
When I need to.
Do you have a skillet or a saucepan or something like that?
Yeah, I have a skillet.
Okay. They have family size hamburger helper.
Okay.
Would you eat that?
Yeah.
You seem like a hamburger. I mean, fancy old school people call it goulash or something, right?
Yes, indeed.
But they have all these new flavors, man. I didn't know if you got down like that, but I was like, oh, I could pick something up for you.
Well, hey.
Would you eat that?
I would eat that, but I don't necessarily know how to cook it, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to follow instructions.
Oh, God, it was an intentionally made for people that don't like to cook.
We are making moves out here.
Are you joking me?
That's not true.
I'm not gonna go all in. So you don't have you ever made Hamburger Helper?
No,
It comes in a box. It's
but I've
literally
never bought it before, but I've had it.
Can you brown ground beef?
If I want to, yeah.
You can do. You're joking with me, right?
I can ground. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. How do you cook your hot dogs?
I don't eat hot dogs.
What else is? How do you eat?
You know what I mostly eat, and it involves very less cooking.
Yeah, it's the microwaves.
This dude is 50.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm eating for one. I'm not cooking for a family. I don't have 5 kids running around and all that kind of stuff.
Do you have cooking spray?
No, because I haven't cooked for a long time. But if I was going to cook, I would get it.
All right, one more question, because now I'm just captivated.
I mean, I'm aware of what that's used for, and I've used it for that. So
Okay, so
or butter, whatever.
how can I ask this? You know the utensils, right? Things
Yeah.
things you eat with.
Yeah.
A lot of times people have a utensil drawer.
I have a utensil drawer.
How many utensils are in there?
I don't know, probably 20 or 30.
Are they knives and forks?
That's in one. That's in the separate drawer.
Do you have a spatula?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have all that stuff, and I've used it. I just don't use it all the time, and I haven't used it lately or anything like that.
All right.
It's not really in my wheelhouse.
I think you're fascinating. I think you functioning as an adult is incredible.
Yes, indeed.
Great grocery shopper, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
It depends on what you
Okay.
mean. I mean, he's good at finding deals, I think.
Yeah, he knows prices.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Depends on what you, but he's
This
not
dude-
buying ingredients.
They
you know what I mean?
made Hamburger Helper for people like you, Shane.
Well, that's fine.
And he's like,
but
I need a little more help than that.
Why is Ken rocking with Shane? Ken, can you not do anything in the kitchen either?
I don't know, but he said Hamburger Helper does nothing to help the hamburger.
You can doctor it.
Yeah, I know. I think that kind of defeats the purpose of it. Like, you're supposed to just be able to add it to the hamburger, be done.
Yeah,
I think that's the goal.
They had family-sized tuna helper fettuccine. Not sure I would eat warm tuna outside of an open-faced tuna melt.
I'm not eating tuna.
You don't like tuna melts?
No,
Oh, they're delicious.
I don't like tuna melts at all. I shamed at one of my previous jobs. Sorry, Melissa. I shamed one of my bosses into stop ordering and bringing to work tuna salad sandwiches because I thought they were so gross.
Yeah, I'm not rocking with cold tuna salad sandwich
is-
over time because I don't want my bread soggy.
Just disgusting.
But an open-faced tuna melt is in fuego. I've ordered that in the last 2 years at a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. The only place I will
I
eat,
was with Heath,
The
and
only-
he was like, "What are you doing?"
yeah, that's horrifying.
I don't like.
The-
what happened to the whole judgment-free thing?
I said I was gonna be nice. I didn't say I wasn't gonna judge. That's different.
No, actually, what you said was you didn't have to be nice for 2 more days.
Yeah, but this morning I said I was gonna be nice.
Okay.
Or no, I said I was nice. I didn't say I was gonna be nice. So
I
it's a little
think-
different. No, tuna melts are. Tuna's bad. The only place I will eat tuna.
See, listen, the
only
you're
place
not just gonna slander the teas, right? Everybody, but between it's irrational between turkey and tuna.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. I would rather eat turkey than tuna. Unless it's in sushi. I'll eat tuna in sushi. That's fine.
Tuna is sensational.
Tuna in sushi is good. I don't like hot tuna.
He said, Damon, you drain the tuna before you make tuna salad. Your dogs will thank you. Why, Stephen? Tell me more.
I don't know what that is at all.
I may have
I think
I don't want to make her sound bad because of course if she's mine I want her to be perfect, but Bella may be a poop eater.
Oh, you feed them some. You know how to fix that?
Oh, tell me.
You feed them some pineapple. There's a chemical in the pineapple. I think it's the bromide. There's a chemical in the pineapple.
It would be bromelain, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, bromelain. Bromelain breaks down enzymes.
So the way it reacts in a dog's stomach, it makes the smell of the poop like super unappealing to them.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got you.
Why didn't I just AI that thing? Because you know how she's kind of a closet pooper.
Oh, so you think she's like going and like taking little snacks?
Well, sometimes I hold her a ton, and sometimes she has poopy face.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I do? Like I treat her like a toy.
You like wipe it off.
Listen. So
well, you got to. You can't like have.
We have 2,226 different soaps in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Some squirt, some like whatever. Right? We just have a lot. I wet the paper towel. I get a little squirt. And I wipe her face down, and she's.
Oh yeah, she doesn't want that at all.
Pineapple, huh?
Yeah, pineapple. Just dice up some little pineapple or give it to her as snacks. Be good to go.
I taught her to walk up and down the stairs yesterday.
Nice. That's a big step. That's a big step.
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, and you've been in my basement.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a long way down.
And it's kind of steep. Yeah.
And
for a little dog, like that'd be a little scary.
Yeah. But we did get her stairs.
Oh,
like
kind of ramp up a little bit.
Yeah.
I got you. When I got one of my I was thinking about teaching one of my dogs to go up the stairs, one of my first dogs, and we lived in an apartment that had like the holes through the stairs, like they weren't closed off so you could see through them. And this dog was not having it. It freaked him out so bad. So I'm carrying this like 90-pound Mastiff up 3 flights of stairs in an apartment because he will not move.
So you have never been to Oklahoma Tyler's house, but he had his setup in the basement is kind of elite level.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go down some windy stairs. His dog has to be 10 years old, and to this day, cannot or will not go down the stairs.
He's not having it?
10 years old. Never learned to go down the stairs.
Yeah, you probably got to figure that out.
Yeah, that's what you get for naming your dog Boz. Stupid Oklahoma name.
I'll eat tuna in
the pineapple thing. That's the lick.
Yeah, that's legit. It's easy.
We run through pineapple.
Do you?
Oh,
then you'll be good to go. You already have it.
Like between Ryder, Zoe eating it, like I infuse my water with fruit, pineapple.
Yeah.
It's not really water, but to each their own. Wow, we use a lot of pineapple.
Yeah, you'll be good to go. Just give her a little bit every day. She'll be all right.
All right.
I don't know what the ratio is for a dog that size, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'll AI.
Yeah, it's no, I don't do much tuna. A tuna steak is different than like
tuna steaks are elite.
Yeah, that's different than I'm talking about. Usually when people are doing like tuna salad sandwiches or tuna casserole, they're doing canned tuna.
And open-faced tuna melt, I think it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Just not rocking with it?
Tuna salad and tuna sushi are not the same thing, Corn Raider. I get the tuna salad is cold. It's still disgusting. Tuna sushi is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
So I have to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
This is totally sports related.
As it always is.
No, this is legit.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Okay. Do I need to set the parameters or do I just roll with it because it's Friday? Because
it's Friday.
I don't really like.
What's going on?
I feel like it's like the Aussie Open, and you guys are volleying over my head in terms of who's going to be more unlikable today.
Oh, it's definitely going to be me.
Shane's
Shane wins for me every day as most unlikable, but for you, I think I win every day.
He is choosing. He's got his fists up with you early.
Were
you mean to him when you were setting up the camera?
No, I don't get mean to him until we're on the air.
Oh.
I'm pretty nice to him off the air.
Is that true, Shane?
Cut and dried. It's nobody's concern but ours. Nobody's.
It's like I'm way nicer to you off the air than I am on the air.
Oh, considerably.
Yeah.
Considerably.
What do you care?
You're like Alan Dushowitz.
I think it's Dersh.
I felt like that was one of my underappreciated rants. That wasn't really a rant. When I ran through off memory most of OJ's defense team.
You know who you forgot?
And changed every name.
You forgot you threw Kim Kardashian in there, but you forgot Rob Kardashian, who was actually the lawyer.
No, I know. I said him, but I went with Kim because of your feminine traits sometimes. You know what I wanted to say?
Got a sensitive side. What's up?
I don't really. This is kind of not a good word. Are you laughing at Dixie? Don't give him any burn. He's being a Richard head already. You don't have to wish me early Black History Month. I don't even like the month. Relax. Jeez. You were going to be. How about that? I didn't have the stones to say it. But that would have been the funniest one.
I just don't understand how somebody in
Tuna poke bowls. Listen, it's Miller time. I went through a. That's one thing. I remember I asked you about the Cheez-Its, and you eat it so much you had to get away.
At some point, yeah, I will.
Oh, I went through a poke.
Oh, yeah, you did. I remember that
run.
Yeah.
Started during COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody ate as many poke bowls as I did.
You were probably it's because you were ordering them.
Oh yeah.
So we sort of did the same thing. We had a place that was relatively close to us.
That's the first time Kobe and I have agreed in a week. Maybe he's back as my first rounder.
Yeah, that's what I'm. So Kobe made the distinction. Canned tuna is gross. Fresh tuna, I'm okay with.
Canned tuna is we buy it in the vacuum seal packages, but yeah, I get the same poke order almost. Shoot, I ordered it in New York at the bowl game. Like, I'm a poke guy.
Yeah.
I don't need my fish cooked.
No, I'm a big sushi fan. I could do poke. Like I don't need it.
Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes I want it
Depends on what I want.
seared.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you order online, I think the term they use is torched.
Yeah, depends on where you're from. It depends on what place it is.
Yeah.
Some people will use different terminology, but same. I think it's the same idea.
I have a sports question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Wait a minute. Poke. So A-Train, I remember I told you the guy at Costco got me onto this. Yes and no about the prepackaged poke. Number one, it only has like a 3-day shelf life, which save your food storage, stupid.
I don't think he's talking about the pre-packaged. There's a establishment near.
Oh, because
next to
by the phone place.
Yeah,
yes, I rock.
I think that's
where I
meant.
saw Dr. Stork. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So Costco does their own.
Oh, do they have pre-made?
The mix, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It's fresh.
I know.
Have you not seen their chicken salad?
Chicken salad falls in the same category as tuna salad for me. It's a mayo problem. You all right?
I could see a disdain if it was like the clinic, right? Because that implies something bad. But mayo as a median in food?
Oh, I don't know. If it's just mayo, like that's the problem with tuna salad and chicken salad sandwiches.
But don't you make tuna salad with salad dressing more, don't you? Or do people mostly use mayo?
The people I know use mayo. I don't
thought
eat
they
it.
use Miracle Whip.
But that's not better. That's probably worse.
Dude, you got you're not very budgy. You're very principled with your food.
I mean,
stuff.
I've been around for almost 40 years. I like what I like. You know, I've done some exploring.
Like Vasco de Patel.
No, we weren't big boat people. You know what that's like. We both disdain the English. You're right. You need like a woosah?
Oh,
Serenity now.
this dude said, you know what that's like. That was uncalled for.
My bad.
Just casually rolls off the tongue. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
I just meant we both had had some bad experiences with boats and the British.
Here we go.
You know?
Here we go. All right. Giddy up. Wow.
My bad.
No. You're not getting that one back. No.
Not trying to get it back. It's just, you know.
This dude. You're horrible.
I'm trying to find common ground. That's all.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. Let's Mules and Jewels.
Exactly. F the British. No?
Anybody can be beat.
Correct.
Us against the colonizers.
Oh,
You just gonna leave me hanging here?
yes.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
That's fine. I'll just leave it.
This dude said, you know what that's like. Actually, I don't.
Well, not like you personally. Neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a boat, so it's a little different, but different type of boat. I'm not going like open ocean here. I like to stay on lakes where I can see the edges.
Incredible.
Not a big open water guy.
Oh, man. All right.
Not going on a cruise anytime soon.
Back to my sports tip.
Yeah, what was your
I'm going to have to
question?
shake that one off. That was a cold shot.
Do you need some Cheez-Its to make yourself feel better?
No.
Okay.
I don't want anything from you. T-Maxie just piling on. And you're like me. Like, why are you rocking with this dude?
Because, I mean, I was kind of right. Like,
He said luxury versus
Yeah.
transport.
especially like involuntary transport. Like, that's where you really get into a problem.
Okay. Did you watch Washington and Illinois?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Still really don't like Diallo.
Is that just because you
No,
Yeah.
it's because I hate how he plays. You know exactly why I don't like Diallo.
Yeah, I described it.
Stylistically,
He's too athletic for you.
no, that is not it at
Yeah,
all.
That's what it is.
No, it's because he makes terrible decisions.
Husker gnome. You just put chum in the water,
What'd I do? What Husker gnome say?
and here come all the sharks. Kobe, you're rocking with Ravi? No way. Really? Oh, I'm crushed.
No, I
am crushed.
you know exactly that, and it has nothing to do with his level of athleticism. Because I was a big Zion Williamson guy. If he ever decided he
Yeah,
liked
but he wasn't gonna be a shooter. Like you, I think you don't like the fact that
No, I love it. I love it when athletic guys can shoot the ball. I don't love it
I
when.
love it when athletic guys can shoot the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, you flirt with it every day, don't you?
I mean, you're the one making insinuations here, not me. Like Braden Frager, love it when that dude can shoot the ball. It's great.
He's pretty athletic, though.
He is pretty athletic.
Is it apparent or is it kind of flying under the radar?
I mean, he's pretty bouncy. If you can't see it, I don't know what's wrong with you. It ain't sneaky.
Wow.
That one's not sneaking up on you. That one's in your face. He'll put you on a poster if you're not careful with that left-handed boom he likes to do to people. No, it's like stylistic. It's a decision-making thing.
Did you think that was a little bit of a look ahead for Illinois?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, they looked pretty disjointed offensively, especially in the first half. Like they didn't look like they were in their sorts at all. Like I was not super impressed. And I have this bias. I have this bias with Illinois anyway, because anytime they don't look up to their talent level,
You want confirmation bias.
I just am going to say like, well, it's because Underwood sucks, right? And that's probably not fair in this situation necessarily. I do think stylistically, and we talked about this when Washington played Nebraska, stylistically they can pose some challenges to teams because they do have some I think Steinbach's pretty good. Like I think he's a good ball player.
This dude had 2 shots where he didn't draw iron.
Yeah.
I was like, WTH.
But like I'm not a big Diallo guy, but stylistically he can cause problems. Yates I don't dislike as much as Diallo, but
Yates is tough when he's going.
again can stylistically cause some problems. So I'm not stunned by the result.
Diallo only shot 1 3.
That's
He
fine.
made all his free throws. Why were you not happy with him?
Because I've seen him play before yesterday.
Oh, he's
Like, you want me to just be like, flush it down every time I see him play?
You don't strike me as the type of guy watching a lot of Washington Husky basketball, except for the fact for 2 months I've been talking about the combination of Diallo and Yates.
I understand that. And I am familiar with Diallo before, and I'm not a fan of how he goes about his business. Like, stylistically, that's not a guy I want to rock with.
You know how many fouls or turnovers Illinois had?
How many?
Just take a guess. Playing the way they play offensively.
This might be high. Like 13?
5.
Yeah, I didn't think I would have guessed they had way more
5
than
turnovers.
that. I would have guessed they had way more than that.
What's the line going to be on Sunday, do you think? Is there a look ahead? Somebody, degenerates, Aaron or TK has a line, a look ahead.
We might have a look ahead.
Sorry, DB, I have Tourette's thumb. You and Husker Gnome suffer from the same thing.
It's hard, it's a
Yours isn't Tourette's thumb. You have joke Tourette's.
yeah, it's a struggle.
Oh,
We struggle through it every day, it's a burden. Not a lot of people know about it. It's a
no, if they listen every day,
well,
which
yeah.
several thousand do.
Yeah.
No, they know you have an issue with tact. And timing.
I would say more self-control than tact, but it kind of is what it is.
You definitely.
There's really no treatment for it. I kind of just have to go through my daily life this way. It's actually harder for me than it is for you.
Dixie, you're closer to me than Ravi is in terms of philosophy. You're the one that's got kiddos at North Star.
I don't know what that means.
Culturally. Anyway.
They like Gators?
Dude, they had a good win last night. They hammered Lincoln High.
Did they?
Yeah, I think by like 30. And Southwest beat Southeast. We'll talk to Jerome or Sautter about it.
Yeah.
That's a good statement from Southeast if you were kind of torn on
how good they were.
Yeah. Southwest.
I'll say because we're looking at the 4 Southwest, Southeast, North Star, and Lincoln High are the 4 in
that
Lincoln
could host a district site.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was not a good performance from Lincoln High last night.
I don't know.
West Side hammered Central.
Yeah, I saw that. 64-46.
They can't make a lot. They don't make a lot of shots.
Yeah, that makes playing basketball pretty difficult.
It's weird too to see West Side plays like. It's a good little adjustment, nice little wrinkle.
Yeah, zoned up a little bit.
Yeah.
Say, hey, go ahead and shoot that thing. Good luck.
And they're long.
That's the thing is they can get away with a zone and actually still get out to shooters because they've got
tremendous length.
Especially at the high school level, that's not super common.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get enough length to play an effective zone in the high school level.
And
although a lot of people do it anyway.
I think Bellevue West got a sneaky win last night, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll get his thoughts at 9. He took a deep dive into Nebraska's recruiting weekend. How about the fellas on campus for
They got some dudes coming. One of them isn't going to be here, but that's okay. Two-sport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wondered.
Yeah.
I wondered.
He says he'll be back soon, though.
What's that?
He says he'll be back soon, though. So
yeah, I think he's got some fish to fry. That's it. It's an impressive weekend for Nebraska.
You big fish fry guy?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not at all.
Too many people? You don't like fried fish? Both.
Do you really? You're gonna make? Feel free.
Here
we go.
I'm genuinely curious.
But lots of things I don't like. Number one, I don't really want to smell like food for the rest of my life.
No, I get that. There's a it sticks with you a little bit.
It is typically crowded, and I am particular about my breading.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, those are all reasonable.
Okay.
I thought maybe you had something against like the Pope or something, just not doing.
I don't know him.
He's from Chicago. I don't know if you heard. Pope Leo. He's a big Bears fan.
Game 7. You can't miss.
He's a White Sox guy though. Don't put any of that Cubs stuff on him.
Oh, yeah, I am not. That's going to be starting up here pretty soon, isn't it?
Yeah. When is? It's not. I almost called it the wrong thing.
Lord knows you're an equal opportunity offender.
Yeah. I almost asked when Black Friday is. That's not it.
That would be today.
Nah. What's the one I'm looking for? Ash Wednesday. That's the one I'm looking for because it's right after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When's Ash Wednesday? Do we have any Catholics in the chat?
Law of averages says yes.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I am not a cornmeal guy. Like I'm out on cornmeal.
Todd says Illinois is a 4.5-point favorite.
Interesting.
As a look ahead. February 16th.
Yeah, I knew it was coming up.
Joe Good got us there.
Joe all to the good. Nebraska was at his. They're on that coast. They're in Florida. They're in everywhere. What did Doc G see? DB, you particular about your breading? Shocking. So, I mean, I don't like cornmeal.
I'm particular about my breading too. Like some of it's bad,
and
some of it's just bad.
Like given a choice, like I prefer wet batter.
So I don't know the differences as well as you do.
I told you the difference. I showed you the texture. One is more granular, the other's more smooth.
We're gonna
think Long John's versus a Seagram's bottle.
Wet batter. That
bumpy face
doesn't help me that much.
It's a terrible analogy on my part.
We're Googling here. We're gonna see what we have. Wet batter for fish.
It looks like what I made with the cod. Just think Long John's. That's wet batter. Yeah, exactly, Wyatt. Not gritty.
Now we're gonna try dry batter.
Or corn, you know.
So dry batter and cornmeal are different though, right?
But cornmeal you can use in dry batter. People use cornmeal for texture as opposed to like flour and like just flour.
So what do you like?
Some people like panko. Some people like.
I do typically like a panko. Panko's pretty good.
Panko's fine, but I think panko is more of a flaky fish, like like a dusting of like tilapia, or not a deep hard fry.
Okay,
that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know for a fish. I don't know about panko, but for other stuff, I like panko breading.
Where my
what about cornmeal batter for fish?
I'm gonna go ahead and call him a friend. He's broke into that circle. So where I went with my guy the other day for lunch.
I don't want cornmeal.
Yeah, cornmeal. I'm out on cornmeal.
I do not want cornmeal batter for fish.
I'm out. Like they do a walleye po' boy.
Ooh. That could be good.
Too heavy for lunch, but
yeah.
Like they do a walleye po' boy, and I'm like,
so
I get it.
I could do a wet batter, I think.
Yeah, I'm wet batter all day.
I think I could do a wet batter.
Part of why I keep club soda on deck is because I use it when it's extra cold. It's good for batter.
Yeah, I think I'm a wet batter guy. I think that's what we're learning today.
Ken, he's out on any fish. There's a lot of people that.
So
it's amazing how many people don't like fish.
I like.
Hey, by the way, just for clarification, Ash Wednesday is February 18th, not the 16th.
Okay, well, we got some bad information.
This dude said Ash Wednesday.
I said Ash Wednesday.
That's
replay. Replay. Cut it up. You guys make fun of me all the time.
There's no replay.
No, he said it. Yeah, he said it.
I know he did.
He said
Tim
Ash.
Johnson over there, Fibonacci.
I was just trying to help everybody out. I didn't want to give bad information.
Congrats for you on February 18th, bud. That sounds like fun.
This dude. No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. But if it was me, this thing would be cut up all over.
Yeah, it'd be cut up already. He'd played it 8 times already.
You know, Austin's gonna cut that up. Yeah. Or Rico.
That's a Rico will be all over that.
Thanks, Rico.
February 18th.
Shane, if you're lucky, every Wednesday could be Ass Wednesday.
Wow.
Incredible.
Well, if you have like donkeys, you know.
All right, we're going Brazilian.
Can I get back to Illinois and Washington?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think they're going to be a 4.5 point fade?
I thought it was a little bit.
What now? You see, you get distracted by the chat.
BG goes, "Can I RSVP for Ass Wednesday?"
Yeah, BG's funny. So funny, dude.
I hear him.
Is that funny, Shane?
He might be like number 1 on my list now.
He's low. And he came in with a bang because we're only like 3 weeks in.
Yeah, he came in hot. No, I don't understand. I did think it was maybe a little bit of a look ahead for Illinois. I also don't understand how they're 4.5 point favorites, especially if Nebraska's any kind of healthy.
So we're going to assume, since Todd bats about 1,000, that he's right.
On which part?
4.5.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I would imagine. Nobody has corrected him yet, so.
And the only one that would be either Landon or Kobe.
Yeah. TK sometimes gets look ahead lines.
Landon, Logan.
Yeah.
I was thinking Davison for some reason.
We were talking about him yesterday with Bruns.
That's what. Yeah. Anywho,
I would be surprised.
Did you see our man's back?
Who?
JMP.
Oh yeah, what's up, JMP? He's been back a couple days. Hasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
He popped in the middle of this week.
I agree, LC though. I think I'd be surprised if
Wait, Shane, cut that up. He said, "I agree, LC," which is roughly a first considering how long you two have been going back and forth.
I'd be surprised if it actually does open at 4.5. That seems heavy to me.
I think we're gonna cut that out.
Did you say I agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, LC.
Oh, he's making progress.
You know, it's
I don't agree. Like that seems nuts.
4.5.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But you just said we're rocking with Todd.
I think he's correct. Like I think that's what people are putting it at, but that's nuts. If that's what it's put at, like give me some free money.
Ooh, gonna take the free money.
Oh yeah,
at the old vault.
You know me. I like free money.
Nebraska basketball Twitter account will be lit.
Oh yeah,
for Sunday.
I can't wait. Can't wait for the meme army to attack.
Dude, some creative folks.
Oh yeah.
See you in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you should see. Did I let you tour their setup?
No.
Our studio is amazing.
Yeah, I haven't been over there yet.
They get all the offices, but much like this place, I don't have one. But I know what you guys are gonna say. You'd never be there anyway.
You could share an office with me if you want.
I'm not sharing. I am too old to be sharing anything.
I got nice chairs in my office. You can hang out with me.
Can we bring one here?
No, we are gonna fix the chair situation when we move to the studio, though. I've already made that clear.
4.5, huh? I'm 4.5.
Phantom Husker says, "Is Shane AI? Has anyone ever really seen him?" Man, Shane's been around way before AI.
Dude, Phantom Husker's low key funny.
Yeah,
could be extremely inappropriate, but he's a hoops head too.
Phantom Husker?
Yeah, he's the one that gets he's the one that got the crazy chant started at Memorial Stadium for football.
Which one?
The one about officiating.
Refs, you suck.
I mean, whatever.
Is that what it was? I don't know what you're talking
Let's
about.
not put the old quarter in Phantom. You know what I mean? Joe Good.
Oh yeah. Can we go ahead and hit that, Austin?
Hit what?
Hey, by the way, just for clarification, Ash Wednesday is February 18th.
Thank you. One more time.
One more
for
time.
Those of you at home.
Yeah, because he went back and corrected it.
Hey, by the way, just for clarification, Ash Wednesday is February 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wouldn't have corrected it if he didn't say it wrong the first time. That's how it happens.
How you like those Granny Smiths, Jane?
That sounds like it was AI edited. Or AJ edited. Hey, by the way, just for clarification, Ash Wednesday is AJ edited.
Oh boy.
You guys want to get to our guest here, Gary Java?
Sure.
Phantom Husker said Shane, let that what? Phantom Husker, that was from section 18. All right, buddy.
He
said that sounded AI. AJ.
LC says, I don't think the odds makers know Rink Mass is 30-1 at PBA and has never lost a conference game there.
Only he would know that stat.
Wolverine says the Supermercado on 18th and Vinton has your bacon things.
Oh, pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
There you go.
Nice. I'm a huge Wolverine fan to begin with.
Okay. Like the character or the person?
They're the same.
No, I mean like the chat person.
So I can rock with him.
Yeah, I don't know him at all.
But the character.
Okay. No, I like Wolverine as a character.
And I like the animal too. You know I'm all about irrational violence and fear. Like
also a big Michigan guy, so that helps.
He does have the black and gold. I mean, it's like Pittsburgh colors.
It's not black. Speaking of ass.
See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
It's called maize and blue.
No, Pittsburgh colors.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
There's a black and yellow joke in there somewhere, but
I
think people already know that I rock with Wyatt.
There's good Lord. I almost made a different joke about black and yellow. So that's why you like Iowa so much.
Oh.
Keljam says Wolverine is overrated as a comic character. I guess you're out on Keljam.
No, I rock with Keljam.
Okay.
He's not overrated.
I don't know about overrated though.
Yeah.
What makes Wolverine overrated?
Nothing.
What? Is it Wyatt?
Wyatt says, well, but Wolverine is Canadian. That's why he likes him.
Oh, yeah. You guys, does anybody forget anything ever? Or are these just going to be running jokes?
I think that's kind of the bit.
Rico. Suave just hit you with Wolverine is as tall as Shane.
We're like the same height.
That's true. Rico's not a big. He is taller than you though.
Oh yeah, like by an inch or
Is
two.
it the hair or
probably
right
the
where
hair.
the hairline starts?
It's like the hair.
No, he's definitely taller than you, Shane. Not a lot taller than you.
Oh man,
He's
producer on producer crime is comedy.
He's faster than you though. I know that.
By the way, just for clarification, Ash Wednesday is February 18th. I don't know. That seemed pretty off.
Oh, so they
cut out the ash.
They blended that.
Yeah, see?
Dude, how are they editing that quick?
AI.
When it comes to comedy, they will get it done.
Oh, that's funny.
They had me roasting Nick Stauskas up in like 30 seconds.
Wow. That's
Don't matter to me.
pretty incredible. Running jokes forever, Jen and Jen. Don't lose that one either. Nope. The Punisher. Hey, big Punisher fan. I'm a big Bernthal guy. That series on It Would Be Too Violent for You because you have little kid tendencies. But
I've seen the movie.
no, this isn't
The
like
first
the phony
movie.
Dolph Lundgren.
No, not that
trash.
one. The there was a good one with what was his name?
No, you need to watch the Disney series. It is sensational. Again, a little too violent for you, but because are you still on that kick as an adult where you need to have feel good movies?
No, it's not. I'm better with movies than TV shows. Here's the problem with TV shows, right? Is when they're downers all the time, they just keep going on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Whereas like movies, I'm pretty much done in 2 hours. I can figure that out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just don't like if I'm watching something over the course of, I don't know, a couple weeks or, if it's a really long one, a couple months. I just don't want having like Debbie Downer stuff in my life every day.
Did you make it through Ozark?
No, I haven't started Ozark. I've heard it's very good, but I haven't started it.
It was always something with Ozark.
So that's kind of my other thing too, is I'm very, and I don't know if this is Ozark or not, shows where people are just like self-sabotaging the whole time, it makes me irrationally angry. I'm just like, stop doing the stupid thing.
Oh God, you're that dude.
I am. You know how like when the only conflict in the show is self-inflicted, I'm just like, knock it off.
Oh,
You know how you would stop doing this? Just think about your actions for half a second, and we're done here.
You're like president of the old literal police.
Oh, I'm president of the own. Don't be so lazy in writing that the only conflict you can come up with is them being stupid. It's like every.
I'm huge Tulsa King guy.
Tulsa King's good. I like Tulsa King.
I'm a huge Tulsa King.
I've only seen the first season, but I enjoyed the first season a lot.
Although it would have been fine if they would have really showed him being set on fire.
I like.
Spoiler
Wow,
alert.
geez, come on, man.
He was a bad guy.
I like people that are
Not that I think you should
competent.
earn the right to be set on fire, but he was.
I was like, how bad of a guy do you have to be before DB's like, yeah, you can be set on fire?
Well, that guy.
That's the line.
He should have messed with his family. Leave his sister alone. He'd have been fine.
Austin says, I love Ash Wednesdays as a devout Catholic.
Shane, would you have a lot of grouper on Ash Wednesday? It's a nice fish.
I don't know. What does that mean?
Grouper's a type of fish, Shane.
Oh.
Is that
I mean, you can have fish on that Wednesday, can't you?
You could. You could, Shane. You certainly could. You certainly could. That's on the table.
Definitely. Another good one, Mayor of Kingstown. Very nice. That would be way too heavy for you.
No,
though.
I did watch Mayor of Kingstown. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, with Jamie Renner.
No.
You watched it with the lady. It was mayor of
Easttown?
Yes, that was just a little show.
It was a
That
miniseries.
eight episodes.
Which was very good.
That was sensational.
Yeah.
Too.
But it was limited, so I could like get through it and be done.
It's amazing Daniel gets it.
Yeah.
But he's naughty to begin with.
See, Carol was really proud of me for refraining myself there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Has
anybody put out an APB for Jose? I mean,
no, Juan.
We've seen Joe
I'd
Good.
say Joe Good's in there, but
where is Juan?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
What?
I don't know where this came from, Jake. He says gas station sushi is fantastic.
No, Jake's probably late.
I didn't get off the pot for 4 days, but it was worth it.
Yeah, Jake's probably late. And I'm just telling you, I say a lot of people are crazy. Flaky Jake is legit crazy. One of the original nicknames. Oh no, Joe Good.
I don't. So coming up on the show today, we have Tim VERGHESE at 8 o'clock. I got Mike Sautter.
What is those guys' crime on crime called?
I'm not gonna wade into that. That's a.
Especially on the heels of yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
But Joe Good would know locally.
Oh yeah.
That's Daniel's hometown representing. Good job, amazing Daniel. Shout out you guys.
Steve Sipple will be here at 9:40 allegedly.
No, we'll get Sip.
Allegedly, until he's on the phone. We'll see. We'll see.
Permission to treat Sip like a hostile witness.
I mean, you don't need my permission. I treat everybody like a hostile witness.
That's my dude.
I'm not reading that out loud, Jose.
What'd he say?
I'm not reading that out loud. I will not.
Yet you'll say to me, never mind.
I was trying to commiserate with you. I was trying to identify with you.
You weren't.
On a personal level. That we have both been done wrong by the colonizers.
You're not getting me.
I would never.
At all.
Ever. Wouldn't dream of it.
Oh.
Would never dream of it. I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah.
I'm here to help, DB.
I need a moment.
I'm a helper. Well, that's good. We can take a break. It's about time to get to Tim VERGHESE.
By the way, do you think these are ugly?
No, I kind of like those.
So I have these shoes on, you guys, and
yeah, they're not bad.
We talk about Queen all the time, being mean-spirited.
Oh, yeah.
So we're having a coaches meeting.
Jeremy, not the band.
We're doing like depth charts and stuff. And he's across the room, but I see him looking down at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this look on his face like he smelled raw cooked cabbage.
Okay.
So I look over at him and I go, "What are you looking at?" This is in the middle of the meeting. I'm like, what are you looking at like that? He goes, "Those wrestling shoes?" I was like, "Why are you on me about my shoes?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Those are ugly."
I mean,
who says that?
I've seen Queen. It's not like he's a beacon of fashion.
Oh, I'm telling.
Go for it. I mean, come on. Like, what are we talking about here?
Like, you ever just call another dude's stuff ugly?
Not generally.
Isn't that a little weird?
Sometimes, okay, so the closest I'll come to is if somebody's wearing a suit and it seems like they need a little help.
Oh. I wonder what he's doing.
I'll just be like, "Hey, can we do, do you mind if I try and do this here?"
I like my shoes.
Did you read MJ's comment?
Am I going to get in trouble?
We all might get in trouble.
MJ, where is it?
I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to put it on the screen. And now I think it's time to take a break.
I asked that, and my old partner explained it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Just a little bit of ash.
He's kind of an envelope pusher, though.
On your face. We'll be back with Tim VERGHESE here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
We made it.
I don't know if it's an easier or harder. There's a familiarity, and you're right. We do know what we have. There aren't a lot of question marks. I think probably the biggest thing about this year is just the hunger that our team's coming back with. So, last year we went into the year with a good amount of belief, but I think as the year went on and as we got deeper and at the end, there was a lot of belief, and I think that's where we started this year. So that's probably the biggest difference. But yeah, it's a very mature group. It's a very veteran group. They make it easy. They make it easy to come to practice every day, but they also challenge us to keep them challenged because, it is getting deep into January and it's time to play.
This is such a special team, and I know a lot of people kind of got to see into that last year, just the biggest thing being the chemistry and how much we enjoy being around each other, because I believe that one of the biggest things that fuels a competitor is love, and the love that we have for each other makes us want to go the extra mile for each other. And so it's just a blessing to be able to be on a team where we feel that for each other. It's not the case everywhere, and it's not fun when you're on a team that doesn't have that. So just very blessed for the love that we have for each other, and it's going to be a really fun year because of that. Alexis, like Coach said, is such a competitor, and it is so fun just talking the game with her because she's a competitor like that and the way she views it. So yeah, a lot of the times we throw bullpens side by side, and it has just been so fun getting to know her, and I am just really excited to take on this season with her.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. As you can see from, the last, week of shows or so, like DB and I are both feeling very energetic. We're feeling good. You would say maybe we're a little, got some strength in us. It's because we've both been going to Next Gen. I got my Sir Moreland, not Sarah Moreland. Yeah. Sir Moreland, you got your BPC 157.
I'm hitting on that 500 now, too.
The TB 500. Get a little T in there as well. Whatever it is you need to get feeling like me and DB, which is obviously the goal. Because nobody has as much fun as we do.
Clearly.
That's what you got to do is go over to our friends at Next Gen Male Medical. It's nextgenmmc.com to schedule an appointment, see what they got to offer.
And Shane, they're good for ladies too.
They are. They are.
So
They got you covered. Whatever you need.
I mean,
Whoever you are.
I'm not just saying I'm not like guys produce a certain amount of estrogen too.
So I could take your mom there?
Shane's fighting back this morning.
I think Tim thought that was kind of funny.
Shots fired. Like, really? We're doing the mom jokes?
It's his only go-to. But it's pretty funny when he does it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's get to our guest, Tim VERGHESE from inside Nebraska. Tim, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Oh,
hey, how we doing? I had to mute myself to avoid Aaron chuckle coming out.
Tim, ever since we went to this non-terrestrial radio thing, I mean, it is just out of control around here. I'm going to get over this in a hurry. That was kind of unnecessary. All right. Okay. Yeah, wow. All right. So, TV, I have a quick question with the huge hoops recruiting weekend with, Vasquez and Batty and who else is coming? London Dada is coming. We're not going to probably get Hudson, but not necessarily a bad thing either, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, the Hudson thing is just kind of just the unfortunate, just the way the weekend worked out. He's got our own basketball tournament that's kind of has his weekend kind of up in the air, and travel just wasn't going to work out where you could make it in and out of Lincoln and also played in that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be star-studded because it's Vasquez, Batty, Donovan Davis, and Dada. Like,
that's a good crew. That's a really good crew. Like, once that list came out too, and like it was like Thursday evening, and I was texting with Nebraska, and we're trying to figure out kind of like what this weekend's going to look like. And you look at the basketball list, it's like, hey, the basketball weekend might be a little more star-studded than the football weekend. And yeah, it's close. It's really close.
It is, and I was not joking, but kind of commenting all week, the last 6-7 days since these guys have been on the road. Do you like that you can see the divide and conquer regional where Nebraska's football staff is? I mean, they've been all over the place.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And it's been really interesting to kind of see the new coaching staff hit the road. And honestly, I think you're seeing their recruiting process as an entire staff in general evolve. I think, I mean, again, like I think you're starting to see people on staff claim regions, which is important. You want your regional recruiters to be comfortable in areas and claim certain areas, and you're starting to see that. You're also starting to see, I think something you're starting to see, which I've been impressed by, I think Roy Manning and Jeep Wade's early efforts.
Yeah.
Both those guys are coast to coast right now. They're all over the place. Manning in particular, it really just kind of feels like he's all over the place. He's been in Texas. He's been in Utah. He's been in Wisconsin. He's been in Chicago. He was in New Jersey yesterday with Matt Rhule. He's just busy. He's all over the place. And Nebraska's doing a good job of trying to build out a talented edge rusher board, add new names to it. I think another thing that's really interesting. I mean, we had this conversation on the board yesterday of, if you're a program who prides yourself like Nebraska does on early evals, and you don't necessarily have like Texas Tech money, and you don't necessarily have the results on the field yet to stick with, like, of other, of successful teams. How do you keep early evals? How do you keep them committed? And it comes down to relationships, sure, but I think that's a new challenge the staff is working through now that we're entering, coming off year 3. It didn't really go maybe the way they had expected, anyone had expected. There's still some questions out there that they still have to answer. And you're seeing what I've been really interested in is this almost mass expansion of the board at certain positions where they believe now on top of the top of the board talent they have, they're once again like really getting out ahead on evals and offering ahead and getting early on guys that maybe unranked, maybe have a handful of offers, maybe don't have any offers, but they're getting out early again. They're early on evals. They're quick to expand. And this is in the 27 cycle where, we're up against it. Guys are starting to schedule visits and OVs and stuff like that. But in the 27 cycle, 28, 29, like they're still early on guys. Like that evaluation side of things has not gone away. They still, even as they attempt to take this jump up as a program, they still pride themselves on evaluating and finding the talent before others do.
Tim, I'm kind of fascinated by, you're talking about relationships and kind of how that role that plays in recruiting. And you mentioned last year not going as well as, most people wanted, obviously anybody wanted, or as well as maybe people thought it would. And I'm trying to, especially with these high-end guys that you see, and maybe not Nebraska specific, but kind of across the country, what kind of balance are you seeing between guys valuing money in terms of their valuations, guys valuing the relationships they have with the coaching staffs or the university in general, and the proof of concept they've seen from a particular coaching staff, whether it be in terms of wins and losses or producing NFL type players? Like, how are guys sifting through all those things?
I think the ranking is the reverse order you listed them in. Like, truly, like I think it's proof of concept, and then it's relationships, and then for anybody right now.
First, I agree.
Yeah, right now at any point, at any recruitment, let's say, let's take X recruit. If Nebraska and Georgia offer at the same time, Georgia's going to be more well regarded just off the jump of Georgia has more proof of concept. As of late, Georgia's, in the SEC championship conversation year in and year out. And then, we get to the next point of, okay, well, that offer's come in. And then and you have these offers from these different staffs, and you've met with all these different staffs, and then you start building the relationship. And that's how Nebraska, that's the second part. That's how Nebraska starts to separate themselves. They do a better job than most programs at building relationships. And so that's how they separate themselves, with guys like Claude and Puma and Danny Odom and guys that they've pulled from other, elite programs. And that's how they separate themselves against programs when they're in the top 3 or top 4, and the other programs maybe have more proof of concept. And example, Aaron Washington, they were up in it. They were the ones that were making USC sweat up until the end. He's a Southern California kid. He's visited USC more than any other program. USC obviously has a little more proof of concept than Nebraska at this point. They also have more money than Nebraska does at this point. It was a conversation pretty much up until he got into the podium, pretty much solely off the back of his relationship with Addison Williams. That relationship can carry you very far. And so why is NIL third and why is money third? Because once you do the first two things, if you have the first two things, if you have the proof of concept, if you have the relationship, and even if you don't, if you've built a relationship to overcome the lack of proof of concept, at that point, it's not about money at that point. The money's not the separator at that point. The money is pretty even across the board. And at that point, it's just, okay, what overall package in terms of money, in terms of relationships, in terms of proof of concept, and whatever else you're looking for, what overall package best suits you? Like, I think that's still something that people are still out on or don't really understand. And they see Nebraska, in the portal, and Nebraska comes up short, and they're like, oh, well, Nebraska doesn't have the money they're talking about. Well, they do. It's
exhausting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this, the conversation from a money standpoint is very close to, is very even for the most part. Like it's not that much of a separate. Like you have your programs here and there in individual recruitments that will go and throw out a gaudy number just to win the recruitment, just to win the bidding war, just to get out there.
Hey, they could. Do you want to be Missouri?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's kind of dream. And no disrespect, because he was just at Omaha West Side, so I don't really have a ton of bad things to say about Drink, but you can tell
they're operating in a different way.
It's different from a recruiting standpoint.
Yeah. And again, I've had this conversation before of just there are programs that money whip players and money whip recruitments and do that stuff. And yeah, that is absolutely a way you can build in this day and age. I don't believe it's a sustainable way to build, because you can strike and you can have a really good. We had this discussion on here with Missouri. With how much they spent in the portal last offseason, what they did on the field last year was not enough relative to the amount of money they spent. And now they have to go and nail all those evals again to build around Ahmad Hardy, and they lose Damon Wilson. They have to nail all these evals to build and hope to get over the top again. And it's just one of those things where I think if you were a program that leans solely on money whipping through the portal and money whipping at the top end and not really a relationship. I mean, again, that's not to say, again, Nebraska still has to get to that point, but you look at the way other programs recruit versus the programs that are the ones that are solely kind of money whipping or really rely on that, it feels like. It very much feels like year to year, the results and what you expect of that program are way up and down versus the consistency of a program that lives off high school recruiting and complements high school recruiting with, pieces. Like I put it on the board yesterday. Your floor is dictated by how well you recruit the high school level. Your ceiling as a program is dictated by what you add in the portal.
I agree.
That's a good way to put it.
I agree. Just in the last handful of days, TV, and I want to get to D-line here in a second if you let me double dip here.
Go ahead.
Three. We've seen, Minnesota, we've seen Iowa, Michigan State, Missouri. Like the philosophy, I don't know if it's enough. It's not enough of a sample size, but I will say there seems to be kind of a concerted effort to reestablish high school recruiting, right? Like it's not a pitch, but you can hear it being said with guys on campus. How much of that do you think has to do with the fact that you felt like Nebraska's order was a little bit flipped in terms of how Ravi presented it, with NIL being last versus the relationship versus the inverse order that you like? The connection between some of these schools really wanting to get back in to high school, not that it got away from, but to get back into high school recruiting versus how we look at the whole NIL thing.
I think part of it is, I think everyone, going into, like, just in general, I just think there was a swift, there was that philosophical change where the portal came up, and I think we really saw the peak. We've seen the peak of it now. Of you have programs with what am I trying to say here? You saw the peak of it. We saw programs like look at the portal as this resource to build with, and then I think or really turn a roster around with. And then I think everyone really experienced the chaos of this last window, and everyone kind of looked around and was like, well, this sucks. I don't like this. Like, I really don't have to like leaning on this for what this team is going to be.
Feel like they're losing control. Like I think they're listening to Signetti more now with his message.
You're relying on the most volatile portion of the talent acquisition process to determine your success and failure, and that's like a bad idea.
Right. And yeah, like high school recruiting can be volatile, but at least it is traditional. At least it's something where these guys know how to work the high school ranks. You know what I mean? They know how to, this is what they've done forever. And on top of that, like, objectively, high school talent is cheaper. It's cheaper. It's you can obviously add more. And you also are in a position here where it's not a 2-week window where you just kind of have to race and find and figure out what you want. Like, you have months, you have years to establish this. And so this sport is cyclical. And I when the portal started, I overestimated and expected it to be like a 2-year cycle before we'd get back to high school recruiting be emphasized. It's been a couple more years than that. But I think we're getting back to that point where, and again, I don't think we got too far away from it. I think a handful of programs got way out of there and are now getting back to it. But I think we're getting back to as the FBS, as a country, we're getting back to leaning on high school recruiting as the lifeblood of programs and transfer portal as the complementary thing. And I also think part of this is, again, the guys want to build relationships and guys want to establish team culture. It's hard to do that when you have a bunch of mercenaries. It's hard to do that when you have a bunch of guys in on 1-year type deals. You have to be a really special, and it's why I want to dive in at some point. I think what Dan Mullen did last year at UNLV is really, really impressive, because that's a team full of guys that have been all over the place, that should have high egos, that have, different versions of adversity, and all came together and did something special at a program like UNLV. I really want to examine that because that's unique. Like to establish that culture and keep that unit together, it's hard to do. You've seen it at other programs that try to build through the portal, that try to do this stuff with a bunch of one-year guys. It doesn't always go so well. So but again, you have to have a really special coach to put all of that together. And I think staffs are realizing that and getting back to, building through life. I mean, the programs you mentioned, Minnesota, Michigan State, more than Michigan State, it's Pat Fitzgerald, but like these are coaching staffs that have had success developing. These are coaching staffs that have had success identifying.
And it's interesting you say that too, because with Fitz at Michigan State, Max Bulla, obviously they pried away from Notre Dame, who's recruited the area. LeVar Woods there, who obviously has recruited this area. Like you mentioned Minnesota, like the roots are the roots, right? I mean, it's just kind of who these guys are through and through. They're gonna double down.
Right. And everyone's looking for that edge. I mentioned it in the portal, coming out of the portal, and I think that's still there now. Your edge still comes back to how well do you eval? How early can you get in on guys, and can you identify the talent better than other people? And at the high school level, you just have a lot more at your disposal in terms of just the field that's out there. And you also have a lot more opportunity to dive into recruitment early and build that relationship and establish yourself early, where like the portal, again, a lot of times with the portal, you have to have this conversation through the agent and set up these visits to the agent. You don't even have the opportunity to truly build a relationship.
How do you think Nebraska offsets what Summerall's trying to do with Dillon? And, Nebraska was in the lead for a long portion of this for Berriman.
Mm-hmm.
And, spent some time in Monroe, right? So when you look at his recruitment as a 4-star D or, 4 or 5-star D lineman like that, is there an edge to be had in terms of how you think this recruiting is going to shake out with him, considering he'll be on their campus this weekend?
Well, for what it's worth, last night, our Sam Spiegelman reported that visit's been canceled. So,
yes,
last night. But yeah, to answer your question, relationships.
So yesterday morning, I'll just say this:
people were freaking out a little bit, publicly.
I'll say this behind the scenes. Yesterday morning, I think Nebraska was like, I got the sense through the grapevine, like enough's enough. You know what I mean? So they have the ability to do kind of what they want to do if they want to do it.
Yeah, if you want to if you want to end the nonsense, you can absolutely end the nonsense. They did it. They did it with Dalen Berriman. They did it with Danny Odom. They did it with Claude and Poopa. Like they absolutely have that ability. And yeah, like once you do everything else, once you take care of the everything else, the relationship building and all of that, and if that's what you need to separate, I think Nebraska is very comfortable doing that because they've done everything else.
TV, I got to ask you something though. It sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, so I want you to clarify this for me.
Uh-huh.
If I'm a guy that's interested in relationship building and making sure I get in on the ground floor, which I think they did do with Dillon. How do I reconcile in my head if I want to drop the hammer, and make this a PP measuring contest? I can. Do I need to be selective?
Like, at what point do you feel justified in saying, like, hey, let's end the nonsense that you said?
Yeah, I think it's when it gets to.
Is it a case? It's case by case, obviously, right?
I think it's case by case based on need, but I also think it gets to. I mean, I said this yesterday, like when the news popped up and I was asked about it, and I was like, look, I don't know. I know people are going to be upset about this if Nebraska loses this recruit or whatever, but I don't know what else Nebraska can do. And I think that's where you get to that point when it's like, okay, we've done everything right. What else can we do? Oh, by the way, here. I mean, we have this on top of it. Like, and again, I like you mentioned, kind of, it feels like you're talking out about, like, feels like we're talking out of both sides of our mouths here when we're talking about this. Like for Berriman, for example, Nebraska could have just straight up been the highest bidder. They don't get the visit. They don't get him on campus. They don't land him without building the relationship. You have to do that stuff first. You have to have all of that stuff first as Nebraska without the proof of concept.
And they were super patient.
Yes.
Well, I think the other thing that is, because when you said that, I didn't think either of you were talking out of both sides of your mouth. It makes sense to me that once you've put in,
that's self-deprecating.
No,
enough
I know
to know that
it
when
can
I'm
come
talking,
off that way.
it can come off that way, and I'm cognizant of it.
I think though, what makes
So I'm just throwing myself under the bus.
No, I know. I think what makes sense
know
to me
me.
though is that
Don't
if you're in a situation where you have done the groundwork, right? You've done the legwork, you've got to know the guy, you know his situation, you know your needs, then those are the guys you want to go above and beyond for, right? Like that's just that makes sense to me. Like it wouldn't, for whether it's Danny Odom or Impuma or Berryman, where you go, hey, we actually like these guys, we think they're a good fit. It's not just, hey, he's highly rated, let's write a big check. It's these are guys we think are fits. These are the guys that deserve.
We want the opportunity to spend money because we've done our homework. Yes. Know if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, these are the guys that deserve the extra money.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like I think if you're out there and you're observing this from afar and you're like, well, Nebraska spent money. Like, how is this different than what other programs are doing? Like, they are doing it's the groundwork part of it. It's the making sure the guys that are getting paid the money are worth the money they're getting paid.
All right, so I can. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just real quick, because we're talking about building relationships and evaluations and stuff like that. For you, Tim, and I want to hear both what you've seen from coaches across the country as well as you personally. When you're doing these early evals, especially on the high school level, how much of that evaluation for you or for what you've seen is outside of the physical attributes?
Interesting. Yeah. I think it depends on the position, of course.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah, it depends on the position, of course, but yeah, because I think there's certain positions where it still comes down to physical attributes. I think receiver, I think offensive line, I think certain positions along the defensive line, but I do think there has been more as of late, more of a recognition of instincts and recognition and the ability to study the game at specific, because at receiver, there's guys that win with their mind, their how they're like the way they think more than they do their true physical attributes. I think about Andrew Marsh as a shining example of this. I was really worried about Andrew Marsh coming out of high school. I liked him very early on, but my concern once, as his career progressed was like, oh, he never really got faster, but he became a better route runner. He became a much better route runner because he recognized that very early on that he was pretty capped from a speed standpoint. And so he did the work to evolve and figure out how to create separation. And so from a mental side of his game, he's further advanced than typical freshman receivers. And so there's been, I think, that where you can recognize that for certain guys. At quarterback, obviously, it's such a big part of the evaluation there. Where I think we've really started to see a big jump in it has been defensive line, and I think part of the reason
that's so I want to get to this.
I was just going to ask about
I want to get to this because we're talking about Berryman and what they want to do there. 6'1", some say 315, a little different, but like we've seen what they've done at St. Patrick with Fuller Run Show. We've seen David Hill. Xavion Meads is another one. So you go 280, 295, 280 for David. Guys highly, I think, sought after, right? Are going to be, but they're early in the process. You can see a concerted effort for D-line. Do you see type when you're looking at these guys? Because this is in your wheelhouse. Do you see a type or a style that you think Nebraska's gravitating towards? Because Berryman is a little different than the aforementioned three I mentioned in terms of how I watch them on tape.
Yeah.
Do you think you see what they're after?
I think so. I think it's like disruptiveness. Like it's just that.
You could add. Would you add Blantner to that as well? But he's 6.
Bladner's one I haven't watched enough of. He's compared to the other thing. But
he's the lightest of the bunch. He's about a 255, 260 pounder.
Do you want to throw in like a guy they brought in last year, and Malcolm Simpson, who came in at like
Simpson? I think has got a chance to be good. He's a he's a shade to a 3 tech.
Yeah,
he's athletic. But go ahead. I'm sorry, TV. Do your thing.
But yeah, no, it's I like the three. I think it's disruptiveness. I need to dive into a couple of those guys a little more to like figure out like again similarities and like true similarities. Yeah, but like I think it's disruptiveness, and I think it's one of those things where it's the frame versatility. I think to be a 3 to a shade, like it's the ability to, hey, we can keep you at 3, or we can build you up into a 1, or we can or whatever that looks like. I also think,
start with Fuller Run Show, if I'm saying that right.
So he's
start with him when you kind of do the breakdowns and store that in the Rolodex for next week, because I want to get into this D-line thing, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, he's fun. He's also like, and again, I think the similarities, because there've been a couple of these they've offered now, starting with Berriman.
And that's Brown's impact right away.
Yeah, but Berriman, Folin Rashu, and then I'm blanking on the top of my head. It's a kid who's like 4 names, and he doesn't have a whole lot of offers from South Florida. But these are guys that play.
Is it on body?
Yes, on body.
Okay.
These 3 guys play offensive line, play defensive line, and they just never leave the field. And if you know what that takes from a physical toll, motor, like you circle motor on all of those guys immediately just off the fact that they're doing that. And then you watch them play, like you watch Dylan Berriman play defensive line. That does not look like a guy that's playing a bunch of offensive snaps, stepping off the field for a second for kickoff and then coming back.
He doesn't look 330.
No, and it's in a good way. It's in a good way. Like if it's like
none of these other guys are that size. He's by far and away the biggest.
Yeah, he's the outlier physically.
But I do agree with you on the knockback kind of explosiveness thing.
Yeah, I was going to say though, just like from the mental standpoint, what I've seen, I think with D-line is I think camps have helped kind of helped us see this, but schools really covet guys that have a plan. Now you can teach some of that stuff obviously, and you can start to develop that. I mean, like, we talk about this all the time with guys making the jump from college to the league of like, look, if you have the physical tools, you can teach pass rush moves. Like if you can turn speed to power, if you have the physical traits, if you check off all the boxes, you can do that. But like you look at this last cycle, Luke Waffle's a physical freak for sure. But mentally, he's way, way further ahead than most like edge rushers coming out of high school. And that really mattered and why he was elevated to the number 1 player in the country by rivals. Just because we saw him in a bunch of different, or our national evaluators saw him at a bunch of different events. Got to see, it's like, okay, well, how does this guy build out a pass rush plan? How does he approach a new tackle he's never seen before? And to see some of the mental, like the way these guys approach, and that's on the outside and the inside, because you see guys. Again, everyone is big. Everyone's looking for the freaks, the phenoms, and all of that. The ways some of these guys separate at a younger age is mentally understanding the game, and I think that's where you've seen some teams grab an edge. Is they find the smart D lineman.
Interesting. So, I'm kind of following along here with what Nebraska wants to do and how they built their staff, and I'm kind of watching Coach Rhule and how he's building this team from the inside out, from adults in the building, the staff, the support staff, the analysts. He's quietly done a little bit of not an overall haul, but an underhaul where I think he wants certain temperaments in the building. And I look at Corey Brown, I look at Miles, I look at what they did at the secondary from a coaching standpoint. I look at Orich's roots, what Manning grew up doing. It seems like Jeep Wade, it's like nitty-gritty eval. Like Miles and Brown are both Iowa guys, right? Like that's their philosophy. It's rooted in development. It's tough-minded. It's no nonsense. Jeep Wade has got this FCS skill set, and it's about development. Is it a dice roll, or can you see it where if fans want, oh my God, the schedule? Sorry, fans, I'm not making fun of you. If the fans are feeling overwhelmed by the schedule and the ability to win now, is there a way to reconcile what they're trying to do in the building from a position group coaching philosophy and how they're recruiting versus what we're going to see on the field? Can we?
It's interesting.
If Tim, if you weren't talented, we wouldn't ask you these things. We're not asking you. About, you don't get the low hanging fruit from us. You get that from other shows.
Yeah, what I'm really interested but because I think it's a two-parter in the sense that we talk about proof of concept. Nebraska doesn't have that at certain positions yet, but you don't need to you need a year of proof of concept and you're good. Like what Nebraska did on the field as a secondary last year has them in the mix for some very talented DBs here in the 27 and 28 cycle. On top of the fact that Addison Williams is a really good relationship builder, like that paired with the fact that they had a good year as a secondary, it works together. And I think Sierra's performance and what he's eventually going to end up being. I mean, I just put up the story, but talk to some scouts and some media folks at Shrine Bowl. He got the late invite to Senior Bowl and he's climbing up draft board steadily. And I think he's going to test well. If he does, he's going to, keep climbing, draft results. There you go. And then you keep doing that. It just takes a year. And obviously Nebraska doesn't have that in terms of building the 27 class. They have to get a lot of these guys in the boat before the 26 season even really starts. But I think through spring, and this goes into, again, a conversation of hey, the junior day weekend, it's a little smaller than people expect. It's not a super loaded list. The emphasis from talking to recruits has been they want to get a lot of these top 27 targets in for spring practice in May or in March. Why? Because all of this ties in together. I think as a staff,
yeah, they want the football. They want the football part early, so they know what they've got to do in the.
They know. They believe in this, a lot of the new pieces on staff, in their ability to develop. They believe in Jeep Wade's ability to develop and his track record to go with it. They believe in Corey Brown's ability to develop and Roy Manning's ability to develop, Miles Taylor's ability to develop. And they want these guys to see that in person, to see what it's like to be coached by these guys, because they won't have the opportunity to see proof of concept necessarily from Nebraska, but they will have an opportunity to see, okay, well, this is what it's like to be developed. And it'll be a point that they check off. And whether Nebraska lands those guys or not over the summer and through official visit season, once we get to the season, if it's oh, well, I saw Roy Manning coaching this guy at edge rusher and he didn't do a whole lot in 2025, but here he is in 2026. And he's doing a lot more for Nebraska and he's rushing the passer consistently. He's doing this stuff. And I think on one hand, what they've done is they've built a staff that trusts their evals, but also, Rhule talked about it, I think, last year. There's no blame here for the players. They want to get the best out of the players and they want to maximize the talent they have and put them in successful positions. And so the two-parter of that is if they can show a quick turnaround in terms of, hey, we've inherited some of this talent. Here's what we've done in developing it. Here's our year one defensive system. Look at what we've done. Again, all of that, it answers and fixes a lot of things where okay, Rob Orich hasn't had to win a whole lot of big boy recruitments yet. Corey Brown hasn't had to win a whole lot of big boy recruitments yet. You get to the point where you can not only win them, but get into them is proof of concept and building relationships. And so if the next couple of months, if they do the work, they'll be in the position to answer some of those questions, and we could be sitting here next offseason talking completely differently, and we could be sitting here when Nebraska goes 7-6 again, or or 7 wins, or maybe they don't win 8 or 9 games, but if they show improvement at individual positions, at the positions they need to show improvement at under these new coaches, under these new position coaches, the guys are going to take notice. In the 27 class and the 28 class, people are going to take notice. And it doesn't necessarily have to deal with straight on-field wins and losses. It has to do like development matters as much. You have programs that are consistently kind of 7-8 win type teams that land talent consistently and pull guys they shouldn't consistently because they develop, because those guys go on to play in the league. And eventually it's how you build and go from 7-8 win type program consistently to 9-10 win type program consistently to, hey, no, maybe we're taking the jump. But you have to walk before you jump. You have to do the little shit. You got to walk. You got to do all of this little stuff before you're ready for like 10 wins, 11 wins, all of that stuff.
All right, let's play a game.
Okay.
This is for future. And I'll give you guys the option. One is going to you're going to be like, too close to home, but I never talk about him, so I am. I'm going to give you Jeep Wade with Sam Sledge. I'm going to give you Corey Brown with, I'll let you pick an interior D lineman. I'll give you Simpson, Terry, Van Pop. Let me give you Van Poppel because it fits with the theme.
Yeah, because we've seen Van Poppel already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roy Manning with Winari. And let's say Miles Taylor with Caleb. If you're looking for immediate proof of concept to travel forward with how they're recruiting for the 2020-27 class, who are you picking to validate your proof of concept?
Oh, I think it's hard to go off of Winari and Van Poppel. And Winari in particular, just because of the physical too. Like, and it still matters, like the physical stuff.
If Winari turns out to be a stud next year, with Manning and Brown, that would be pretty evident. Do you know why I use Sledge and Wade? Because everybody has penciled in the 3 offensive line newcomer starters. I am not. I think that's going to be something where maybe even locally and within the fan base, it's recognized that, oh, this guy can develop, or, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. If Sledge wins that job, from a recruiting standpoint, guy like Williams using what they brought in on the offensive line portal as an indictment of development. It seems that way.
Yeah, I don't think it would though.
I'm with you. That's why I liked what you said last week. I'm like, well, clearly he understands how this whole thing works. and I'm biased because you're ours. You're not ours, but like I'm biased because we talk to you every week. But I did appreciate that perspective.
Yeah,
like your guys, you're getting out of the portal. There's no slam dunks. It wasn't like that with Pritchett, and he was the most highly regarded of the aforementioned over the last year or two between the O-line transfers, and it took him some time. So, I think we need to be open-minded.
Yes, absolutely. I think everyone, I've had, I had people just being like, oh, we're like, oh, Wade must have walked in bowl practices and not liked what he saw on the offensive line. It's like, no, I don't think it's that. I think he saw a line that is inexperienced and wanted to bring in some experience to add to the competition. Yeah. It doesn't mean he doesn't like what's in there. I'm sure he likes Sam Sledge. I'm sure he likes Preston Chamua. I think he likes the physical tools that Grant Briggs and Claude Puma, those guys have. But yeah, I think it's a room. But no, to the point, to the game of all of this, I think one, in terms of proof of concept, and 2, in terms of win-loss, the one guy that can have the biggest impact on both Nebraska's ability to show proof of concept and win-loss is Williams and Winari. Because if Williams and Winari turns out to be a dude that not only has an impact on just Nebraska's going to be able to recruit edge rushers now. That if he's a dude, that's a game record. That's a he is single. If he is the dude we think he is, that's a guy that is winning Nebraska football games.
So first of all, I'm eliminating Sledge and Caleb just because I don't think they played enough last year for me to make a direct comparison to point to between coaching.
But you have seen some where you're like,
yes,
oh, they could be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But if we're talking about proof of concept with a new staff versus the old staff and that ability to translate that into recruiting, I think you go with the guys that played the most. So that's RVP. And
so do you know the only reason I use secondary is because they ended up being the second most maligned.
Yeah, they ended the season very poorly. I mean, and
right,
obviously,
or is Is that not true, TV?
No, I think it's fair.
I think it went D-line.
Yeah, and then
safety play.
Yeah, safety play specifically.
And then linebackers. And
Yeah.
then we get over to the guys on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
So
fair?
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
That's why I did it.
But I go with
You could have picked Guthrie if you wanted to. You could have picked
whoever. Yeah. I would have got. I still go with Winery like Tim because he's got 2.5 sacks in 2 years, right? But if you let's say you get him, and I'm not setting expectation. Let's say he gets to double-digit sacks. Let's say he gets 10 sacks this year.
Don't even put a stat on it. Just let's say if it looks a certain way.
Then Tim is right. That is game wrecking. Like if you've got a true disruptive pass rusher, we saw and I know they had a couple of them, and body types are different, but we saw what Messidor and Bain did for Miami this year. Like if you've got one of those guys on the edge, like it changes everything for you. The other part is because he was such a highly rated recruit, you can point to that and say, we can take you from your star rating to the NFL. And I think that matters.
That's why Winery is behind RVP.
I was just thinking that as we were hashing this out, like when you limit it down to the 2, I do like if RVP takes the jump that we think he's capable of like, oh, well, like this is like again, lofty expectations, but like we saw flashes of it at points of like could be a Ty Robinson level defensive. That is
6-year Ty Robinson.
Yeah, look, yeah, exactly. But like, look at what this guy was in high school. Like, there was a high debate in high school whether this guy should play offensive line or defensive line.
Completely.
We trusted our gut.
We forget.
Yep, we trusted our gut. Brought this guy in as a defensive line, developed him. He trusted in our development, and it worked through a couple different coaches. But we finally got to the point where we developed this guy to what we thought he was capable of, and they can turn around. And again, if RVP has that kind of season, he's also going to be in those same Ty Robinson draft type conversations, or in those conversations where, Nebraska can turn around at the end of the year or midway through the year and be like, hey, Marcus Fakatu, look what we've done. Look what we've done with this guy. Like, hey, Malachi Brown, look what we've done with this guy. And like, and they can start to do some things on the defensive line. As we've kind of hashed this out, I think Enwinari is the one where it's like, I think it would help you win a lot more of the top end recruitments because 5-stars take note of other 5-stars. That's just kind of how it is. But in terms of turning around the narrative and actually like impacting hey, Nebraska can recruit D-line now. I think RVP having a big year is the one that would help turn the overall narrative and help Nebraska get back to a point where they can be like, okay, we're landing 3-4 like 4-star type defensive lineman every year.
You got anything else?
I stretch him every week. TV,
good stuff, Tim.
You never disappoint, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Wait. One more thing.
Go ahead.
I want it when you get some time next week. The homework is obviously the young D-line we talked about, but he's getting a lot of buzz, and I'm kind of shrugging it off because I'm super familiar with his work ethic and who he is. I want you to take a little bit of a film deep dive into Cole Payton.
Okay.
Do that. Just because I want to talk quarterback play and kind of what it looks like as it relates to a guy like Latif or Calandry or the jump that Mendoza made. And because Cole Payton is a guy that is going to skyrocket, and it's not, yes, his physical attributes are really good, but knowing him the way I do, I want to talk about some intangibles that I think people miss when it comes to being a really good player.
Yeah, I was a Cole Payton guy coming out of high school. Like I've got
Hey, and there were people that really were promoting him, and they got pushed back because it was just pom-pomming and cheerleading for the local guy. So I just want to, listen, Easton Stick is on an NFL roster. We hated on him too.
Has been for a minute.
So there's just some things I want to look at with the quarterback spot as it relates to Nebraska's current situation.
I think it's also an interesting conversation on like, again, what teams are looking for in like depth in the quarterback rooms. Like, and
I think it's hard to procure. I think it's going to be hard to establish going forward.
Yeah.
There's a couple of coaches in town this past day or two that will tell you at the Power 4 level, it's even tougher at FCS, where depth in the quarterback room is almost next to impossible these days.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Tim Verghese, inside Nebraska. Great stuff as always, Tim.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend.
Thanks. The only reason, it's not the only reason. One of the reasons I use Caleb is just because I know data.
Sure.
Right. So you see, just the other day, I'm looking at the top 4. This isn't me making it up as a dad. The top 4 10-yard dash times. Just now, this is early. It's in no particular order. It's Donovan Jones, Mekhi Nelson, Caleb, J.J. Charles. 3 of those guys are in the secondary.
Yep.
The secondary was heavily scrutinized down the stretch. The last third of the season,
I think
everybody
so.
had. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm cool with whatever. I don't. Yeah. I'm the one that told you. I'm like, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What the point is, they made changes.
Yeah.
They made immediate changes. Miles Taylor was intentional in his style. It is it's very different than what we're accustomed to. I don't know if he has anybody like him on staff.
Oh, anybody else like Taylor?
Not his temperament.
Interesting.
Not his temperament. Listen, not his temperament. He's different.
Yeah.
Taylor?
Very not a fake tough guy. And he coaches that way, which is fine because it has to be pit against Addison Williams and some other things. So I picked a secondary guy. I could have easily said Guthrie, but the reason I didn't say Guthrie is because we had our mind made up on Guthrie like a third of the way through the season, and a lot of people decided we weren't very
we
happy.
didn't like him very much. We didn't like how he played very much.
So I'm going to throw my kid under the bus as almost a sacrificial lamb to see, okay, you guys think he could be pretty good. Let's see. Right? You could pick another one. I don't really care.
Yeah, no, I
but
get
that's why you get for the sake of the exercise.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I picked RVP versus Winari because we kept talking crazy about the D-line play and what we needed. And I was animate that, listen, you guys are worried about the wrong thing. It's not body type. It's a mentality. It's how they're coached up.
That's why I asked the question about non-physical evals with Tim.
No, that was listen, I had to pause. And that's not what I do. Right? So
yeah.
It was a fantastic question. So I picked those guys. And even defensively, like if you're looking or offensively for proof of concept, we act like the guys that we brought in through the portal, we forget that they have multiple years along the O-line. We act like Pritchett came in as a day one.
Nope. Didn't even start.
We assumed he was, though.
Yeah, because he came from Alabama and started at Alabama.
He still got better over the course of the year.
Absolutely.
So
I think was very good by the end of the year.
So if we don't pick and choose what fits our argument and we just blank canvas this thing and we get a new O-line coach with a different temperament, even though I'm not one of those guys that's down on Donnie.
I'm not either.
And I never spoke I just saw what it just was tough. So I picked Sledge because I think he's really good. I think he could benefit from a fresh set of eyes. And it's assumed that the guys that they're bringing in are replacements.
Are better, yeah.
So I need a benchmark to compare and contrast.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I understand.
That's why I picked Sledge.
Yeah, and the only reason I narrowed it down was because I think it's easier to compare and contrast when you have a larger data set with what they did on the
You want to pick another one? You don't really have
on the offensive line, you don't really have options.
You could pick no, because Dvorak's still there. I was gonna say maybe McGahee.
McGahee'd be a good one. Kind of saw flashes as a freshman, got milk cartoned last year. A guy that I think is actually an interesting option here, because we sort of just forget about him, is like if Cam Lenhart has sort of a breakout year
Yeah.
Or has like a really big
He
year.
is a complete afterthought. That's not a bad one.
Like that's a guy where I'd be like, and he's played for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Like if he popped this year, people would be like, where did that come from?
I just don't think we should undersell the ability for position coaches to control their room with non-negotiables. You can see immediate dividends with the same guys in a room by holding them accountable to do different things.
Can I bring up a guy in the secondary that I think is interesting in this conversation that we don't really put in this category a lot?
Yeah.
Because I think mostly we like him, is Donovan Jones.
Yeah. Very interesting. So
he's an interesting case.
So I want to use him.
Yeah.
It's fair. If you want to use Donnie, that's equally as good, if not better.
Because he's played a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's things I think he's good at.
So do you know why I didn't use him?
Why is that? Because you like him?
No.
Okay.
Fudge, I use Caleb. You think I don't like him?
Well, it depends on the day.
Well, good point. The difference between Donnie and Caleb is I try to pick guys that we don't already think we know too much about.
Sure. Which is why you didn't pick Guthrie.
Correct.
Because
I don't think we can be objective.
See, the reason I picked Donnie is Donovan is
I think the fam.
Do they call him Donnie?
People can call him Donnie.
Okay.
Caleb, like if
I just don't want to
get close to him, you can call him Donnie.
I've never met him, so I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think he's interesting because I think we mostly like him.
I don't know. I felt like he got a lot of hate the last third of the season.
I mean, the entire defense did. Like that's.
We talk really, really bad.
I think he has shown. There's been stretches where we really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
There's been stretches where it looked like he struggled, and I think there are things that he is already pretty proficient at, and I think there's things that he does really struggle at still. And so I think, is a really interesting case study.
I don't have any problems with using him
and also just positionally.
And if you if you have somebody else that I didn't think of, maybe it's a Bricks, or maybe it's a Pyle, or maybe it's a we don't know enough about Tamua.
No, not yet.
Maybe
I like
Pet
him.
Shock. But you get the point of the exercise,
for sure,
right? Because the only reason this came up, you guys, is number one, I don't like changing narratives and moving the goalposts.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to talk about development and we're going to talk about proof of concept and we're going to get off this whole, I'm not enamored by the portal or I'm down on the recruiting class, and then we say, hey, no, he's not a safety. Stop saying that. If you don't like the way a guy tackles, which clearly you guys hammer Donnie on tackling,
you don't want him at safety.
You don't want him further from the ball. You want him closer to the ball. Like, I don't know why message board people do that.
Boundary corner. Needs to play boundary corner.
I could even see him playing the nickel.
Okay. Because he struggled a little bit at nickel last year.
It's a two-way go. It's different.
Sure. Okay.
Now, you can teach it, though.
Yeah.
When you're not – it's like what you were asking Donnie to do in going from a boundary corner to playing in some of the nickel when they were compromised.
When Hurrdat got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is now I have a guy to my left and to my right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the equivalent would be like going from a center to – or going from a
tackle to a guard.
Tackle to a guard.
Yeah.
Or
I'm out
a tackle
in space.
to a center.
I know I've got my one guy versus now I've got a lot of chaos around me.
So like that's, no, I don't think So Josh, that's a straw man argument. I don't think anybody's arguing with you over the
talent level.
The talent level. Yeah. I don't. And I mean,
we're arguing over the tape.
Yeah, that was my Super Six sleeper. So
yeah,
I'm definitely lock stock with.
And the reason
Josh.
I picked Donovan is not.
Is that why you're like, oh, we wouldn't fight over Josh?
Yeah, you
can have him in the draft.
100%.
I'd take him.
I don't, and I'm not. When I bring up Donovan, it's not because of talent level, and obviously we brought up guys like Winery, so it's not a talent level.
We just had all these like hot takes.
Well, I think there were things that we thought he was good at and things that we thought he really struggled with, and I think that was accurate. So if he improves at the things that he struggled with, he's a really shining example, I think, of, hey, the position coaching can matter a ton.
Ooh, two more good ones from my bestie.
What do we got?
These are interesting. And now we can let's take the week to pick.
Okay.
And we have to message Tim. Dawson Merritt and Gunnar Gatula.
Gatula's a good
now,
one.
the reason Merritt may not be great is because he has the same coach.
He has the same coach, and I don't want to say
Gatula is fast.
Gatula's a great one. That's a really good one because he's played a lot,
and I think
people assume he's going to get benched for one of the transfers.
I'll rock with Gatula.
That's a really good one. The reason I wouldn't go Merritt isn't even as much because of the coach, even though that was sort of the exercise, so that would disqualify him and all the linebackers in my mind.
So it has to be a Manning, Brown, Miles Taylor, Jeep Wade, Teasley.
Yeah, so basically offensive line, defensive line, or secondary.
Yeah.
That's the group.
Although playing do we have time here for a second, real quick, Shane?
Yeah.
Sautter, just tell me, hang on. So the reason why I would entertain linebacker,
okay,
even though Dvorak's back for a year, why Merritt is interesting, is because they're playing a different way now.
Fair.
So the style in which those second level guys will play is different.
Sure.
So I would be willing to factor that in if you want to validate changing of the front.
So the only reason outside of the coaching thing, the reason I probably wouldn't include Merritt is super duper young. So I don't really know. Like last year when he played, he was super duper young. So I didn't really know. I don't know how much of that is scheme change versus just general maturity. Versus,
what if it's because you think Dvorak has come under a little bit of scrutiny?
Oh, that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
The other part is I think Merritt was banged up for a good chunk of last year. So I don't know what was real versus what was compromised physically. You know what I mean? Like there's too many other variables with Merritt that I don't think we can nail it down to coaching or scheme, if that makes sense.
And do we know, should we factor in linebacker because we don't really know what Arch's emphasis is going to be as the DC?
Yeah, I don't know that.
Well, we know what his background is.
Mm-hmm. So I have a hard time with the linebackers in this particular discussion. I think they're sort of in a different category.
All right, we'll set the ground rules.
All right, let's take like a real quick break here, just about a minute. We'll get to SAUTTER and some preps, some Husker basketball, all the good stuff. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
I don't know if it's an easier or harder. There's a familiarity, and you're right. We do know what we have. There aren't a lot of question marks. I think probably the biggest thing about this year is just the hunger that our team's coming back with. So, last year we went into the year with a good amount of belief, but I think as the year went on and as we got deeper and at the end, there was a lot of belief, and I think that's where we started this year. So that's probably the biggest difference. But yeah, it's a very mature group. It's a very veteran group. They make it easy. They make it easy to come to practice every day, but they also challenge us to keep them challenged because, it is getting deep into January and it's time to play.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Mike Sautter.
Yeah.
Mike Sautter.
Oh, man, you're going to put me on the spot.
Mike Sautter.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We're presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. We are joined now by Mike Sautter from Hurrdat Sports and NEB Preps. Mike, what's going on, man? How we doing?
Oh, man, it's going. We just got about 6 email notifications in a row with that dinging. So it's like,
All right. Well, what are we foreshadowing now? What's this about?
I've just gotten a lot of like pings on like the noise. That's it. It's no big deal.
More telling. And
no big deal. It's no big deal. Shane, you don't have that drop?
Oh Lord.
Go ahead, sorry.
More telling if you're playing the long game.
No big deal.
The easy way in which Westside handled Central, Southwest doubling down in town, or what North Star did to Lincoln High.
Ooh, good question. Well, the matchup for Central versus Westside was not ideal for Central. And Westside,
although Coach Simon's gotten his bag a little bit defensively.
Yeah. I mean, I think, a knock, not from me, but someone we all know has been, Westside can't, defend very well. So I think maybe he heard that. And
I messaged him this morning. I've yet to hear back. He may be out of town.
Who?
I don't know. Who are we talking about? But anyway.
No. If we're talking about the same person, that dude stayed up till like 5 a.m. to watch the Australian Open.
Oh, no.
Man after my own heart.
Different person.
Oh.
But yeah, he's in that same boat about defending.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right. Oh, we just talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Off air. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a really tough matchup for Central with Westside's length. So I mean, a 20 ball is a little surprising, not really. North Star doing what they did to Lincoln High, like it was not close, is a little bit surprising. Not a ton, but a little bit. I remember at the beginning of the year, I said North Star was pretty good, and I'm going to stand on that.
As did a lot of people.
Yeah, yes, a lot of people did. But on the boys' side, at the beginning of the year on the boys' side, I said North Star and Westside are the 2 best teams, and I'm going to stick to that unless something happens. Do I think that like 6 or 7 teams can win a state title? Yes. The surprise team of the year has been Southwest. They're really good. Like the Sanders twins are studs. They're so tough to guard. So
they've been able to being undersized too. Like their matchups are, I mean, the way that they play,
Yeah, I mean, I go back to this, and maybe I don't know. He doesn't need me to defend him, but a couple of years ago it was like there was talk about Alex Bob, outside of the program, if you will, about he can't do this and can't win this and not good this and that and whatever. I don't know. Like the guy's a pretty good coach. He's won state titles before when he was at Elkhorn South, if you remember that. And pretty good coach, pretty good guy, all those things. So it's kind of fun to see him winning. I will be there tomorrow for the Hack girls and boys championship games. So I'm intrigued by the North Star Southwest matchup on the boys side. Well, they're both boys and girls side, but that I haven't seen Southwest in person this year. So I'm excited to see them.
That matchup with Castor and his ability to see how he wants to defend versus distribute and score in an in-town back and forth will be fascinating, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and the gym will be pretty packed, I'm guessing. It's at Lincoln High is the Hack Championship. So they played, when was that?
Early.
Yeah, no, it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was before, wasn't it before Christmas?
I don't think so. Maybe I can't remember when they played, but it was 71-59 was the final score the last time they played.
Yeah.
Castor had 24 and was 8 of 19 from the field, so that's not bad, right? But the Sanders twins went for 22 and 20, and Dakari Wilson is the X factor for Southwest. He had 17 on 7 of 10 shooting in that game.
It was right after Christmas. It was the second.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that game will be, I think, very interesting. And how do you rebound, if you will? Kobe Kerr for Southwest will have to have another pretty big game and off the bench and kind of helping out. So yeah. Uzziah Sanders, I have the box score. He had 22 points and 8 rebounds in that game, 3 assists, no steals, 4 turnovers. Not bad for a high school game. That's a pretty solid game for a little guy, right? Like 8 rebounds is something. So, styles make fights, and the two styles there kind of play fast, and if you're Southwest and North Star can run and play fast too, so it should be decently entertaining, I think.
Mike, what are you doing with Bellevue West at this time of the season?
That was a good win last night.
Yeah, good win for them. The girls beat Millard West last night, Bellevue West, by the way. So that's a little bit surprising. Up and down Bellevue West, right? Like last time I saw them, I guess, was last Monday, played Trainer, Iowa at the MLK Classic thing. And
it seems like they have to shoot it so well from distance to be. Mm-hmm. I think they need another way to play, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do with their, lack of size, if you will. They have athleticism in the post, but they don't have 6'8" or anything like that. I think that was the MO on this team from the beginning of the year. Bellevue West was if they make 7 to 12 threes, they're going to win a lot of games. Mm-hmm. But they've done it kind of other ways a little bit. Bryce Johnson can really, really, really get to the rim. It's just a matter of can he make the decisions to pitch it to, I don't know, Keaton Melcher or Braden Morrow, who can make threes and stuff like that. So, and if Morrow has the ball in his hands, he seems to make better decisions than Johnson. He's just a little more pace, is kind of a thing for him. He has a really good feel.
He's a crafty son of a gun, man. You can tell he played against older kids for a long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is just he's a little bit, that's what I mean by the pace thing. He just kind of knows when to go and when to not, and that feel is really good. So we'll see with them. I think Bellevue West is one of those teams that's very much so kind of dangerous and in the conversation, and could make a run at this thing.
What happens is Central Scott, is that at Central?
I think so this year. I can't remember if it's at Scott or Central this year, but they play tonight. Yeah.
For a team with only 2 losses, it kind of seems like Scott's not flying under the radar, but who are they?
Well, it's because Norris is pretty good. That's why they're kind of flying under the radar, if you will. Scott's 2 losses happened at the beginning of the year, right? Gretna was there for 1, and it was Gretna on a last-second shot, and that was without Coach Juergens, wasn't there. They've figured some things out, and George Zebol is a stud. So if Central had challenges with Westside's length and stuff, then George is that guy too. Central's going to have to really take care of the ball. Scott, traditionally, and even this year, they can really get up in you and guard, and they've done a much better job of that since the 2 losses towards the beginning of the year. So Scott seems to be rounding into form, and I think they go to Norris this year coming up here, maybe next week actually. So that one, that's going to tell us a lot in Class B, I think, a lot. But George Zebol has been amazing this year for Scott. And, if depending on how things shake out as far as the state tournament and how far teams go and all of that. Like he's probably the Class B player of the year so far right now.
So Miller North and Ravi's Fighting Mustangs and prep, that's a big one. How quickly or how difficult is it to answer the question, who's TCB playing in the backcourt for prep? Is he the 22 a night guy, the instant offense? Like, who's Torian?
Well, and that's a great call because the last time they played, he scored 4 points.
Oh man,
is one of 8.
I get it.
So he needs to be he needs to be a lot.
I've watched him forever. He is definitely the key, though.
Yeah, and I will tell you. So prep plays at Miller North tonight. That I'll be there. That won my game of the week thing. So I will be in attendance tonight for that one. A couple of key injuries there for both teams. Major Mosser, that's pretty public. He went out on the 16th. He played like a minute against Milwaukee Northwest, and it has an ankle thing. Hasn't played since then, but they played, Brian, I guess. So didn't really maybe need him. And then Prep's dealing with maybe a different guard that's not named Torrin Carter-Brown that is key there, and I don't feel like it's appropriate for me to share that name at this point. So, but that if that person can't go, that would be take some shooting off the floor, if you know what I mean.
I watched this team really handle Westside, and I actually saw his coming out party last year, which was against Westside. It must be a Westside thing, but apparently Levi Webb's pretty good.
Yeah. And
not a trap game necessarily, but they're at North. What do you think about the Titans?
Yeah, okay, they're coming. Like, they're coming on right now. Like, they've had a couple of really nice ones. Last week they had a great week. Or last handful of weeks they beat Westside. Did they beat Bellevue West too last week?
Yeah, what did he give Westside last year in that open? Was it like 22 or 25 or something? It was just like, that got him started on that run that he went on.
I don't remember what that was, but he's a bucket. Like he can go get buckets for them. Is it Falkenberg, I believe, is the other guy for them. I might have that name wrong, so let me not mess that up. Hold on. Falkenberg, Connor Falkenberg. He's committed to Midland, actually. He's averaging 14 a game. And Levi Webb is averaging 21.1 a game.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty good. So they figured it out. I think at the beginning of the year, just they didn't have a lot. They obviously lost a lot last year off that state championship team. And I think they've kind of figured out who they are a little bit at this point. And Coach Heiser and Cooley and that whole staff, Simpson, they do a really good job. So Papio South is the one that's like coming, that's the dangerous, like you don't want them to be in your district at all because they could knock you out.
Before we get to Nebraska basketball here, wanted to hit a little Class B. Ogallala McCook is they're playing that at North Platte, right?
Yeah.
I have the closet interest in Ogallala.
Listen, I've seen Ogallala play twice. They're really good. Like, I've seen them in person twice. They're really good. Sawyer Smith is really fun to watch. Sawyer Smith is your stereotypical, this dude is gonna give you crazy buckets at noon ball in 20 years. Like, he's got that, like, he's not a vertical, like he's not super twitchy or anything like that. He just knows how to play. He is very good. They are very good. They play with excellent pace. It's just they go and they play fast, but it's not like too fast. And everyone just knows what they're all doing.
And they did a nice job transitioning from Coach Gillen stepping down too.
Yeah, and Coach Gillen's still around. He's coaching like the youth stuff. And Lincoln Gillen, his kid's actually not a bad player too for Ogallala. So can hit some corner threes and make some shots and stuff. So, and defensively, the thing with Ogallala, it's kind of fun is they're like, they might give up like a bucket and they're like, all right, let's just go back and score the other end. Like they don't get too frustrated or too, crazy or out of pocket or anything like that. So it's if you remember, Carter Brown played for Ogallala. He's now the head coach, and he's done a really good job with this group, and they play pretty under control. Don't do a lot of, there's no the stereotypical with Ogallala is the antics that doesn't happen, or it didn't happen in the 2 games that I saw them play. So they're very good.
Coach Gillen's, he was kind of an in your. I mean, that's just his personality. That's how they played. I don't think they apologize for that.
They don't, and they shouldn't. So I like that stuff. So that's just kind of me. So I just like all that. Also, in C1 with them is Ashland-Greenwood is sitting there unbeaten as well. Those two play at the Heartland Hoops Classic. They play against each other. So you have the 1 and 2 in C1 that are both unbeaten. They're going to play. That's on the 14th. So coming up, 2 weeks. So that's kind of, the Heartland Hoops Classic is in Grand Island. It's kind of the thing that sort of wraps up kind of the year, the regular season, if you will. So that one is very intriguing. I won't be able to be there, but that game is super intriguing because Ashland-Greenwood has like Kissinger and Kittrell.
I watched them in person against Lincoln Lutheran because I wanted to see Kuhlman and Kittrell and that whole bunch in one fell swoop. He's a really good athlete.
No,
I like Tonjes.
Yeah.
Tonjes is, well, that was Coach Wish. He was Wish loved Tonjes.
Yeah, Tonjes is obviously a really good athlete. Played quarterback for them too. He kind of came on the basketball court last year. Really had a nice year. He's been a name.
He's sneaky bouncy, man.
Yeah, no, he's really athletic. So you have like Kittrell is like the power, and then you have Tonjes as well. He's pretty strong and powerful too. And then they have the shooting to go with it. So they're. Also, Ashland-Greenwood defensively is fantastic. So that if we get to a matchup, if it gets there where those two are unbeaten, should be very interesting because Ashland-Greenwood will probably want to slow the pace down a little bit. And
Barrett's in Lincoln on Sunday. He's got
Barrett Kittrell, by the way. I saw them when I went to their practice. Well, it'll be 3 years ago now, football practice, just changing gears on you. That was Coach Thompson was like, he's going to be a guy. This guy right here is going to be a guy. And then he told me his last name. I go, well, no crap, he's going to be a guy. Like, because they're all guys. Like, they're all studs. So, obviously the bloodline's amazing. But and Barrett's a great kid. So, like, from a culture standpoint, awesome, right? I just I'm not sure, Damon, you would know, but what would Nebraska want him to play? What side of the ball?
So right now he's an offensive lineman. Jeep Wade loves him.
Interior offensive lineman.
Yeah. But like absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes him so much. Like that's who sent Coach Rhule to watch. He's like, I really like this guy. I want you to go see him in person. Who? And Coach Rhule was like, yep.
Can I say I love offensive linemen that can hoop?
He's nice too because he's lean.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like you'd learn a ton about people's feet.
So Sautter, as I do a quick transition because you were talking about Ashland, and I asked, I can't remember who I asked this to. You can help me when I said, "Hey, I saw the coach or the Sam Hoiberg thing coming. Coach's son, Kel Jacobson won a ton at Ashland. I could kind of see him hanging in there. Prager was the one that was like, ooh, all right, this a little different, but glad it's come around. I'm proud of him. Who did I ask that question?
You asked that to JP off air yesterday.
Oh, okay. So I want to go back to Cale because before the Michigan game started, and I didn't think Frager was going to play, and I thought Rink wasn't feeling great. I said, a couple of X factors would be Jamarcus Lawrence and, Cale Jacobson maybe hitting some open shots because I know how Michigan – I thought I knew watching Michigan what they would give a guy like Jacobson when he's on the floor. When you've watched his offensive evolution and he's kind of playing with confidence now and you saw the little dribble under the rim, step back, and he's shooting it freely the last 5-6 games. Did you see this at Ashland, or do you just thinking that, kind of winner plays the right way? Like, did you see the offensive confidence coming from Cale?
Yeah, I mean, winner plays the right way, culture, all those things, hard worker, tough kid, all of that was what you saw at Ashland-Greenwood. Like every single piece of
and
those
they
things.
won a ton.
Yes. The shooting ability, from three that he's, hit a couple now and had some confidence. And, at the beginning of the year, missed some free throws. And it was like, what are we doing? And I mean, there was one stretch where I think he missed 4 free throws in a row in a game. So now I think, when did he hit a 3? He hit a 3.
Well, he went on the little mini heater against, was it Minnesota? No, it was before that.
Yeah, before. So not the 3 at Minnesota, which for me, I wrote about that. And that was like a pivotal moment that just sparked them to go, like to just take off. He actually looked down. He was so wide open. He looked down at where his feet were, had time to step back, and then go the 3 in the corner and hit it. It wasn't that. It was before that. He hit a 3. I can't remember what game, but him making that shot, and then Coach Hoiberg even said kind of after the game that should give him confidence, and it has. So just an awesome kid, right? Winner, tough, everything that you want to, all the cliche things. That's Cale Jacobson. Obviously, his ability to be a utility man and play 1 through 5 if they need him to is something that certainly helps the team. And that utility, you saw that at Michigan, because it wasn't before. Coach Hoiberg said after the game, and it wasn't until 12 minutes before the game that they officially knew that Rink wasn't going to play. Rink went out, and I was there. The team warms up about 90 minutes. They start stretching and doing things. He wasn't out on the court. Then about, I think it was 72-minute mark, Rink emerges from the locker room. He looks like death. I mean, just pale. You could tell he's kind of gone through it. He had been through it for 12 hours, 24 hours. You could just tell he wasn't himself. He gave it a go. He tried to do some stretching and stuff and just didn't have it. So Cale being able to step in and be like, all right, good. Yep, I can start. I can play. And then he gets the first basket of the game, which was a back cut, of course, because Cale Jacobson's smart. And Coach, I think Coach Hoiberg maybe that was a thing to give Cale some confidence, right, at the beginning of the game. So he's awesome. The 3-point shooting thing, though, in high school, that wasn't necessarily him, and just did all the winning stuff in place. He was
he went for 18 a night. You guys want to play a little? You're cheap, Sautter, so you won't.
He was the starting point guard at Ashland-Greenwood, so he kind of
when they won state, right? He's 27. I think they were 27 or 20. Don't you dare type. 20. Sautter, hands up, Sautter.
I'm looking this up because
no. 28, 27. They were 27-2. Who were their 2 losses against when he won state?
Oh, I don't remember.
Hands up. Give me the year.
I don't remember.
22-23. So
Wahoo?
He won.
Wahoo was 1.
Yeah.
Who was the?
And they beat Wahoo at state.
Yeah. No, and because they ended up beating Auburn.
Right.
Yeah. Who was the other one too?
Oh, I don't remember.
I mean, this kid was a bucket.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
You will when I say the name. Wahoo was one. Who was the other?
Wahoo's a good pull. That's a good one.
You're Sautter, you're typing. Knock it off.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't remember.
Connor Milliken and company.
Oh,
Flatview. Yeah,
Flatview.
same conference. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And I think for a team that didn't love to defend that year, I think Platteview held them to.
That squad was pretty fun to watch. The Platteview squad.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think that game was like. I think it was like 60-50 or 58-52. It was low scoring for
them that year.
For the offensive firepower in that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
so what do we?
Also, one thing before you move on,
We're still doing Nebraska hoops. What do you got?
I got my AG basketball shirt on today.
Oh, isn't that cute? That's nice.
While we're giving love to AG, I just remembered I had that. Anyway, go ahead.
So we had some look ahead lines. We got some basketball hoop heads that have been on Bart Torvik and Kim Palm that say we're nuts. The first look ahead line I got was 4.5 Illinois, but I got a couple guys. We just call him LC. My man Logan was like, no way. Torvik has it at 1.5, such and such. Who's favored on Sunday?
I think it's like 2. Kim Palm, I think, has 2.
Yep. So, and Torvik has it at 1.5.
Yeah. So I think it's probably Nebraska because of the home court advantage. Probably 2.5, 3, maybe 2. Yeah, 2.5 seems about right. Nebraska.
Nebraska favored, Ravi?
Yeah, I think Nebraska should be favored.
No, are they?
Oh, are they actually? I don't know. I think somewhere, but it's going to depend on if I get Frager or not. But somewhere between
I think you will.
I
think you will.
1.5 and
I mean, it's Braden. That dude's going to.
Here's my thing, though.
He's going to let him hang.
I get that. I know he wants to. Here's my thing. You have like 6 days off after this game.
Yeah, but I think he didn't travel for a reason.
I understand that. But like if it's on the border at all,
I hear you.
Give me the extra 6 days.
Because I'm not going to sit here and hold you like I know.
You know, like I have no idea what the condition of his ankle is. If Michigan was that inflection point and it's either yes or no there, I'm cool. But if like we're still even in sort of a questionable area and we go, hey, give me 6 more days and then we can run out this last 2 months of the season, like that's what I would do. But I have no idea. So I say between 1.5 if he doesn't play, 3.5 if he does.
Jerome,
assuming Rink Mass is healthy and ready to go, I think he is.
Rink will be ready.
Yeah.
Jerome, did you listen to the Big E on the network?
Big E on the network.
Easy. Coach Ziegler.
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, my man. Smooth as Melantha.
Yeah.
He's so understated. It was a great interview.
And
all bias aside with, the Husker Radio Network. But
yeah.
Guys and gals.
He's helped his team a lot this year. And I mean, since he's been here, he's helped a lot. I think we talked about it. He's the specialist kind of guy. He's a special teams coach, if you will. If you want to have a football analogy there. So why Hoiberg is great at the after timeouts and sideline out of bounds and blobs and stuff like that. Well, like that's Ernie's helping with that. Like that's kind of his job.
How about how they had May stressed in that first half without Rink playing? And I said this, like it's like when Wagler went off and Boswell wasn't playing. I was like, well, if Boswell's playing, he doesn't go off. So I do understand without Rink playing, it did compromise May in the game plan, right? Because that would be, and I was honest. I was like, if 10 minutes before the game we were playing Millard South and Tamala doesn't play, that tandem in the backfield is rushing for like 300 yards. The game plan.
Yeah, you flip it on its head.
It flips on its head. Yeah. So it's like
when it's somebody as integral to what they do as Rink Mass, right? Like that's.
Yeah. I will say this though, like I guess I tweeted out it in halftime of the game, but the substitution patterns, the the little intricacies of
just buying time for guys that are like bent over holding their kneecaps in place.
Right. Like that was a coaching clinic in that first half. I mean, and then they frankly, like, and coach said after the game, they just ran out of gas. Like,
yeah,
Berke Buchtenjo played more minutes than he had all year. Sam Hoiberg played the whole game.
I didn't come off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, like Price played the whole game, and it's not like you're playing, I don't know, New Hampshire, right? Like Michigan is way good, super physical, long, all that, and you're on the road, like, and it's the third game after 2-day prep, like all those factors, all those things factored in to the end of the game, you know, giving up a 6-0 run to end the game. Like they just ran out of gas because the bench was so limited. So you know, like
you're playing a guy who hadn't played all year, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And he gives you, and he gives minutes. And he gave you really solid minutes too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where they just ran out of gas. That loss, the moral victory thing is real and true because Nebraska is very good. They've been very good all year. The team's for real. And there's no question about that. The only people that question that are the national media people that don't pay attention enough or can't just do a quick Google search of how many Big
what
Ten
their conference record is.
Yeah, what their conference record is and who they play.
That was wild yesterday. I felt bad for her. I'm not going to kid you. You guys are going to be like, oh, you feel bad, blah, 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 softy DB. But I don't like to just see people get annihilated like that.
I don't know. Michigan fans came after me hard after I said that that was clearly a charge that Sam Hoiberg played at the end of the game with screenshots, which screenshots aren't real time. So anyway.
All right, real quick before we get you out of here. Slot me 1 through 5 in the Big Ten.
Michigan. Well, Michigan State tonight's huge. That's a huge game. Michigan's probably the one. Michigan State, Nebraska.
Michigan State, Nebraska.
For Illinois, Purdue.
Wow, so that's 3 people that gave 3 different orders.
That's a vastly different order.
One more time. Michigan State, Nebraska, Purdue, Illinois.
Illinois, Purdue. Illinois is very good. Like, they don't play defense worth a lick, but they can score. They don't turn you over at all, but they can score. And Wagler has been a stud, obviously. He was great last night. And, hey, Illinois' last loss, Nebraska. And they've won 10 in a row, which is the most Brad Underwood has won since he's been at Illinois. Illinois is very good. Super scary offensively for sure. But I do think Nebraska wins on Sunday, but a kind of a close game. But I think the home court thing that's a real deal because it'll be full throated in there because coming off the loss and the way they played and the toughness and all the talk and all this stuff, it'll be pretty juiced up at PBA and
I can't wait to see how loud it is.
Oh, it's gonna be diabolical.
Yeah, let me tell you about loud. The Chrysler Center was loud. Like in the last 10 minutes of that game, it got nuts in there. So it was loud. Also, by the way, Michigan, that building is super nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's great. And get my boy Sam Hoiberg on the Naismith Defensive Player Watch List. What the hell is that crap? Just because you don't block shots, you can't be on the Defensive Player of the Year watch list. Get out of here. Like, you're not paying attention. That's another one of those like lack of respect things.
That's a lack of watching hoops thing. That's one of my biggest things with all Defensive Player of the Year awards is you can tell which voters like actually watch games and which ones don't. Because when they vote for guys that just either block shots and have lots of rebounds, and it's just they're like whatever big guy blocks the most shots and has the most rebounds, they don't pay any attention to games.
Yeah, I mean, you're averaging 5.7 deflections a game. That's insane.
Also, just like watch the games. He's a menace.
Yeah,
he impacts more games defensively than anyone else in the Big Ten. I feel comfortable saying that.
I almost dropped an F-bomb right there, which I haven't cussed on this show in a long time. So, yeah.
That's all right. We're proud of you. Good job.
Yeah, because it's not because we put constraints on you. I don't know if you heard Yahoo 1 and 2 in the first hour, but they have zero qualms with acting like idiots.
I didn't say any swear words.
You're waiting for your mom to get out of the car,
I
probably.
didn't call it Ass Wednesday.
Whoa.
That would be the little dude.
Yeah, Shane had some pronunciation issues this morning.
Shane, why the fuck you walking in there? Sorry.
All right, Mike. We'll talk to you later.
All right, say hello to my doppelganger on tomorrow night at CHI.
Will do. 2 rings, Baldy.
Wow.
We'll be right back with Stephen M. for Marcusio Sipple from Husker Online right after this on Hurrdat Sports Live.
I don't know if it's an easier or harder. There's a familiarity, and you're right. We do know what we have. There aren't a lot of question marks. I think probably the biggest thing about this year is just the hunger that our team's coming back with. So, last year we went into the year with a good amount of belief, but I think as the year went on and as we got deeper and at the end, there was a lot of belief, and I think that's where we started this year. So that's probably the biggest difference. But yeah, it's a very mature group. It's a very veteran group. They make it easy. They make it easy to come to practice every day, but they also challenge us to keep them challenged because, it is getting deep into January and it's time to play.
This is such a special team, and I know a lot of people kind of got to see into that last year, just the biggest thing being the chemistry and how much we enjoy being around each other, because I believe that one of the biggest things that fuels a competitor is love, and the love that we have for each other makes us want to go the extra mile for each other. And so it's just a blessing to be able to be on a team where we feel that for each other. It's not the case everywhere, and it's not fun when you're on a team that doesn't have that. So just very blessed for the love that we have for each other, and it's going to be a really fun year because of that. Alexis, like Coach said, is such a competitor, and it is so fun just talking the game with her because she's a competitor like that and the way she views it. So yeah, a lot of the times we throw bullpens side by side, and it has just been so fun getting to know her, and I am just really excited to take on this season with her.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We're brought to you by Next Gen Mail Medical. We are joined now by Stephen Malcolm X Sipple here.
Whoa.
Oh, it's almost Black History Month, Sip, so I was doing that for DB.
Wow. That you don't get me very often, but you got me there.
He doesn't get me either. That's twice today. This dude is team inappropriate.
I mean, I appreciate it.
I mean, you're just a giant cocksucker. God, who says that?
But I always like Monticello.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. Monticello was a good one. It's very regal.
That's the word.
Regal?
Yeah. Very like
Look
state.
Look at us doing StreamYard. Now, I don't like going on camera. That's the thing. But I'm on camera, right?
Oh, yeah. We appreciate it.
I'm ugly, too. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say I'm ugly.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to lump you in the same crowd.
Yeah.
Have you eaten? Do you have any crumbs on your shirt? Or do you,
Yeah,
do you have any food in between your teeth?
Yeah, I do. Cheez-Its.
Oh, my guy. Look.
My sweatshirt's a mess, but you can't see that. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a mess.
My Indian friends feel connected over Cheez-Its.
That's right. I'm on my Cheez-It. I'm always on my Cheez-It game.
I don't know why I'm eating cheese. I don't know why. Fridays are.
You guys are both 4-year-olds, and you act like it's not 9:45. Like, eat real breakfast.
I know. No, I got you. No, this has been embarrassing today. Particularly embarrassing.
Are you still have you recovered from not having the chickens? Like, we haven't really talked about that, the transition. What's that been like?
It's just no. I've recovered. I miss the roosters, and in our neighborhood.
I saw the city ordinances. You can't even you wouldn't even be able to have those anymore, would you?
Yeah, you could. They don't enforce it. In fact, what I was saying is we have neighbors to the north and south that have roosters. I don't see them. I have never seen them, but I can hear them. And I miss that. I do miss that. Roosters were interesting because you always think of a rooster as, oh, that's what wakes people up. No, they do their thing all day. I mean, I was in naps. I was in naps, and I'd get what, they would wake me up. And we lived across the street from a school, and there would be policemen out, directing traffic, and I'd always look.
Wait a second.
You hear my rooster over there? Am I going to get
time out?
But anyway, no.
I joke with you about being old as Methuselah, and you always come back with you're not that much older than me. But did you freely admit you take naps?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, I'm a big nap person. It's 2 a day. Yeah.
Yeah, you and my daughter. She's 7, and she's past that phase. Like, do you
I'm not past it. I
crackers in a blanket too?
No, I mean, there's just like half-hour deals, but I swear by them.
Do you sleep sitting up, or are you just like knocked, like watching television?
I'm not getting into that. Now it's starting to get personal, but how I sleep. Nobody hear that.
That is, you're a funny dude. All right, so let's start with, would you like to start with hoops?
Yes.
As a not so closet, lifelong first sport basketball lover, Stephen Sipple.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
You started out as a Nebraska basketball fan more than any other sport, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Damon's right, Ravi. I'm talking age 8, age 7.
Oh, nice.
Who was your guy?
I've been following it closely for 50 plus years.
Who was your guy? Who was like your first, I want to be him?
Brian Carr. I mean, probably Jack Moore, but then
Brian Carr has better hair than you. I'm just saying.
Brian Carr, that range. Banks. I mean, I go back to Banks. I was a boy. I mean, I was like age 6, age 7 in that range. But yeah, I've been following it. Me and my dad would listen to the games. I was really into, starting with Cipriano. And then I was a big Moiba supporter. So yeah, I go back that far, and I mean hardcore. I mean, I followed it closely.
Interesting. All right.
So as somebody who's been following this probably as close as anyone for, as you said, 50 years, like what is, as you're going into, I want to start with the Michigan game. Like as you're going into that Michigan game, like how much can you compare it to anything else that you've seen, at least from a regular season standpoint, where there was that level of, I guess, national interest in Nebraska and that level of it feeling like Nebraska actually belonged on that stage?
Oh, I mean, what was it, 91 when they got the 3 seed? There was that. There was some of that. It was a different time. It was a different league. So, yeah, it's been a long time. It's hard to put all this in perspective, right? Because what we're talking about is going from, this conversation we always have about, God, if they can just win an NCAA tournament game, and now it's well, they're probably the best team in the Big Ten, and they could probably win it all. So it's such a dramatic swing in conversation. It's sort of hard to size it up. It's very challenging to put it in perspective. There's not much that you can look at in the past that's similar to this. I mean, it's interesting to me because the 91 team, if you look at that roster, there's more talent. That's what makes all this very interesting. Partly what makes this very interesting to me. But this team's really good. I mean, I'll just keep saying it. I think they're the best team in the Big Ten, and I think they can win it all. I mean, it's odd to say it almost. Like there was a couple of times, I'd say a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where I almost felt like I had to apologize for saying it. But here's what's changed. You don't really have to now. I think more people they just kind of nod like, yeah, that's true.
What's funny is I feel this was backwards. I had to, and Ravi can attest to this, after Nebraska hammered Creighton.
Yeah.
I told Ravi, I said, this will age well for Creighton. I think Nebraska's really good. Like, it was early when I said that. So I like the fact you stood your ground early, because I felt we kept apologizing for Nebraska being good. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is like the only sport on campus so far where even former players, like remember just like Alec when he was like, Nebraska was like 14-0, and he's a former player, and he's fast forwarding to them being 20-0. And I was like, nobody in any other sport would have fun with this, where we were allowed ourselves to dream. And then all of a sudden, Nebraska was talking. It's just interesting how the difference in sports, it doesn't get held to a CWS team in the early 2000s. It doesn't get held to a national championship team in the 90s. Like, I saw Carl Hayes in Vegas. He's rocking with Nebraska. Like, this basketball team has been allowed the freedom to just go with it, because it's almost like they don't know any better.
Yeah. How would they?
Isn't that interesting, though?
Yeah.
It doesn't get any of the past pressures or criticisms or former player versus current. It doesn't do any of that.
That's a great point. No, and you know what? That's probably helpful in some way, in some strange way. Yeah, they don't. There's no. Yeah, it's just all kind of sprung up out of nowhere. I don't think Fred saw it coming, and I don't know what he would say now if you asked him that direct. I bet he would say he didn't see it coming. So yeah, there is a freedom. There's a freedom that way, and it is really fun, and I don't know. I don't see him backing off either. I just don't see it. I just don't see it going away.
Sip, as you kind of fast forward, as we were talking about, through kind of the rest of the basketball schedule, and you look at whether it's, I don't know that the individual games mean that much to me in the sense of how that looks, how I feel about their NCAA tournament odds, because in terms of how they do in the tournament, obviously they're going to make it.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
okay,
I feel pretty confident there. How have you started? Like, when did you start processing like this? Because you mentioned, I think the 91 team is a little bit more talented. How do you make the differentiation between, I think they can win the national championship, versus maybe this isn't the most talented team in the world, but they are just a really good basketball team? Because it kind of, that can kind of sound like two different things.
It can. I mean, we're at it. The win at the State Farm Center Illinois.
Hey,
That's
Sip, does scratching your head soothe you?
yeah. That's where yes, it does. That's where it hammered home in my mind. Oh yeah, they're legit. That game looked great.
Yeah.
And I thought at that moment, okay, this is gonna get really interesting. Because Illinois is really good and Nebraska looked really good. And I got to be careful with that talent thing. They are talented. They're not real athletic, but they all, they're shooters. They dribble. I mean, it's just at a very basic level. They dribble well. They pass well. They're very good decision makers. So in that sense, they're very talented. They don't got a bunch of guys that hit their head on the rim. It's not like that kind of team. And 91 had some of that. But yeah, no, this team's talented. But yeah, it was that win against Illinois where Creighton, I was at that Creighton game and I thought kind of the same thing that Damon thought. This team's way better. And then when they won at Illinois, and then when they beat, hey, let's face it, when they beat Wisconsin by 30, that was a moment in my mind.
Because now it turns out Wisconsin's good.
Better than we thought they were.
And that was a tough game for Nebraska to win by 30. I said to L3, I was like, Robbie, I said, that was an emotional maturity game.
Mm-hmm.
They went in and hammered a team when it would have been easy to just get by.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's so much about this team. They're older, so they are mature. And then the one thing that you can't really emphasize enough is how they've embraced their roles. The way they've embraced their roles is critical. You hear all those buzzwords that do apply, like connectivity. They're very connected. You see it really on defense. We see it on both ends of the court. And again, so now they have this big game against Illinois, and it looks like they go to Michigan and they lose, but you almost – there was validation in that. That's why I was happy about that game, because it did validate a lot of the things that some people had been saying. This team's really good. Well, now that's validated even in a loss. Now, if they're going to get Frager back, it sounds like it. I don't know with Rink. That's Robin said yesterday. Robin Washit that's question. That's
hey, I'm not sure what Robin you talking about.
That's stomach
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yeah, but yeah, tomorrow. Or excuse me, Sunday. I mean, good luck to Illinois. That's all I'd say. Good luck.
Yeah, the thing about the stomach bug is it's not necessary. It is a little bit to some degree keeping fluids down, but I would imagine a lot of it, and for lack of a better term, it's not pooping your pants, right? Because Nebraska had a stretch where their football guys, I won't mention the game because it sounds like excuse making, but they had 4 or 5 guys getting liquid IVs right before the game, and it was a stomach bug. So
that's rough. Rough.
It really is, right? Because when it's like that, you just lose water by the courts. So to replenish is hard. So, I mean, you looked at his color warming up, even though Peacock thought it was, Leo Curtis and Rank Mass were the same person. But if you looked at Mass skin tone and like he's dehydrated too, so to replenish all of that is difficult when you want to play at a high cardiovascular level.
Yeah, maybe it's a 15 to 18 minute type game for him. I don't know. We're still a little bit away from tip off, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah, we're 58 hours, so we got plenty of time. You know what can happen in 58 hours? Let me transition to football with Nebraska apparently being all over the country with planes, trains, and automobiles. We're talking about. I was talking about with Tim VERGHESE earlier, Sip, about like proof of concept and Coach Rhule, even in year 4, seems to be recalibrating the temperament he wants in the building. Is how much grace we give him in year 4, if that's what he's operating under. How quickly do we need proof of concept to settle the unruly and the restlessness of the fan base?
Oh, God, that's a good question. I think you'd have to go to Michigan State and win to really help it in that regard. I don't think you're going to do it in the first 3 games, and I don't think anything in the off season is going to help it. So yeah, if he went to Michigan State and won, and maybe won convincingly, I think people would maybe go, okay, maybe all of this sort of trepidation or just outward, this isn't going to work type thinking, maybe we should halt that or pause it at least. I think that's what it would take. There's you hear what I hear. It's the fan base is concerned. Is probably a kind way to put it.
Sip, as you kind of look at, you say Michigan State, as you look at this schedule, did it set up, we knew the teams on it, right? But did it set up in a way that you thought was more or less beneficial from Nebraska, or does it really matter? Like the teams are the teams?
No, it matters. I think it matters. I was very interested in the early part of the schedule. And I kept saying game 4 to me was important, that was a game that was, it wasn't at Indiana, or it wasn't at Oregon, or it wasn't at Ohio State. I thought that was important, that you could maybe get to 4-0. And in this case, it's at Michigan State. Then you go to Maryland, or then you play Maryland and Lincoln, and it allows you to maybe get established. That's not the greatest way to say it, but build some degree of foundation as you head into the sharp teeth of the schedule. And I think it's important with a lot of new guys that might happen. I thought it was really important. I think the schedule did in some ways come out in their favor. It's just that November's really rough. And that's been a tough month in this program for a while. And it's tough. It's tough. November. I love November because it tells you a lot about a lot of people and a lot of programs. And this is a rough one. And let's see what they got.
All right. So we've got a couple of, I'm always a big fan, or I root for solutions, right? More like rest, bitching and moaning. And so I do like, I can eat the meat and spit out the bones, where I get some of the hires are on him, right? I mean, but I do like the self-awareness to correct quickly. If I'm looking to give a little bit of grace, where's the position group or the hire that you think I could see at the quickest? And it's like, oh, okay. Like, he's made amends, autocorrect. That happens in big business. He's got a lot of people to oversee. You're going to make some hiring mistakes. But who's going to be your poster child?
Oh, for that. I mean, I don't look at, okay, I'm going to give you an answer that doesn't exactly fit the question, but I almost look at it the same. It's the quarterback position. Not that you change coaches, Glenn Thomas and Dana, but I like what they did there. And that's, frankly, it's Calandria that gives me, I'd say, hope. And because I think he's going to energize the program. I think you'll see it pretty quick. And that pivot that they made, to me, is impressive. I mean, Matt Rhule talked through it recently, and it was really good. I thought it was a great look, like the way they pivoted to him off of Minchie. And why do I say, I almost look at it the same as like a coaching hire, because the quarterback position is so important. And you're talking about a grown man that they brought in, a highly paid one. He's making more than, you're asking me about, Corey Brown or Roy Manning or Lonnie Teasley or Jeep Wade. Well, this guy's making more than any of them.
Taylor.
Yeah, they're making more than any of them. He's making more than any of them, Calandria. So I almost look at it like the quarterback position, to me, is what gives me the most optimism right now. I like Dylan. Everybody knows that. I'm a big fan of Dylan. But I think that sometimes it's just like, it's almost, you look at it like when the Bills fire McDermott, you're like, what the hell? Well, how do you fire him? Well, sometimes it's just a change of voice, a change of look. And I think I'm not being critical of Dylan when I say that stuff about Calandria. Sometimes it's just a change that helps.
I just want to see him be able to operate off script.
Yeah,
everything isn't perfect. Like that's my favorite thing to watch.
Right.
Off script, make a play, hang it.
Yeah, and it's just a little different look, or a lot different look, and I think that can be helpful. As far as the coaches go, I hope it's RH. I mean, I hope that's what we're talking about. I mean, I hope that Rhule's kind of taking a chance in that one, I think, in that hire, because, for obvious reasons. It's sort of a chance he hires, the way I look at it. He obviously sees something there, and you just, as a Nebraska fan, you hope he's right. You hope Rhule's right on this one. So that he has that's a gigantic.
You know what's funny hearing you say that?
What?
Is he closer to Dad McGuire in his find in being right, or son hire in McGuire in not being right? He's is he more Fran Brown? Is Corey Brown? Is it, you know what I mean? So that's interesting. That's interesting to see where your barometer is with being on the forefront of finding a guy early.
Well, I'd say I got to think. I don't think I'm off base in saying it could be the most important hire of Rhule's career. I mean,
who said that?
I think it might be. And I'm not saying it's a make or break hire. It's hard to say that in football, but it's a big one.
So your former colleague, Sam McEwen, I think, was the first one to say about a month ago. He said, Orich is Coach Rhule's most important hire.
Mm-hmm.
And this was on the heels of the Eckler scuttlebutt and all this other. And he was, you know how Sam can talk, right? He was real matter of fact. He's like, hey, special teams are always, he's like, Orich is the most, and just very Sam-esque, was very resolute on the importance of this hire.
I think it's maybe the most important hire he's ever made. He's the backs against the wall a little bit, and Orich can help him get to where he needs to go, which is off the wall.
Sip, I want to go back to Calandria here for a second, because I thought you were saying something interesting about sort of a new voice in the room. Do we underestimate the quarterback's personality impact on the rest of the team? Because I look at a guy and I bring this one up because I think personality-wise, not play-wise necessarily, but personality-wise, I think there's some similarities. You look at Diego Pavia, it seems like he changed the trajectory of Vanderbilt's program, not just because of his play, but also because of how he carried himself. Vanderbilt wasn't scared of anybody anymore once Diego Pavia showed up. Do we underestimate that factor? Because for whatever Dylan was or wasn't, he didn't seem...
He was cautious.
He wasn't that, right?
No, but here's the thing. He was a freshman. I mean...
Sure. I'm not saying there wasn't good reasons
I don't know.
It wasn't that, but yeah.
Landry's not a freshman. Yeah. He's 23 years old or whatever he is. What do you think Dylan's going to be like when he's 22 or 23? He's going to be much different than he was as a freshman. It's sort of unfair, I think. It's almost unfair for me to talk about Calandria like I talk about him compared to Dylan. You can't expect a freshman to come in and be like Calandria is going to be this year. It's delicate kind of for a freshman to come in and be a swashbuckling type player like Calandria is. He's got to be a little more careful. And even as a sophomore, I think that applies. Calandria probably, if he would have came to Nebraska as a freshman, it probably would have taken him a while to get going. Hell, it's pretty evident at Virginia he wasn't the guy that you'd want right now.
I watched him too as an ACC honk, and I get the kind of the gunslinger thing, but he's gotten much better. I even went at UNLV with picks versus tip balls or deflections too. While he has that step on your throat, let your balls hang mentality, he has gotten better taking care of the football.
Yeah, and what I'm talking about too is it's just my opinion, but you see it a lot all over the country, is I'm not big on thrusting a freshman into this world. To a place like Nebraska in the Big Ten and say, hey, turn that program around. No, I'm not. It makes way more sense to me to go get a guy who's grown up and put him in that world, because it'll be easier. It's hard. That's one thing I hope people learned. It's you pluck a freshman and put him in there and say, play like you're a senior. How often do you see it? You don't see it very often.
Especially with guys, and I kind of did a deep dive on this, Sip, especially with guys that don't move. Like
Right.
mobile quarterbacks, you get away with it sometimes, but it is insanely rare for a true pocket passer who's not really a threat with their legs to do anything positive as a true freshman. It just doesn't happen.
Really hard. Yeah. So that position, to me, you can tell I'm very excited about that. I like the position in general, the way they've structured it now with Kalen and with Latif. I like it.
I can't believe he came back to fall into their lap. That's a good job of not burning bridges. And I get it. He would come back and do Bible study and stuff, and those were his guys. But it's hard to develop quality depth in that quarterback room.
Yeah.
And Kalen's a guy you could pencil in if something happened to
you can play
Belanger or Latif, and
you can play.
It's not gonna cost you. Well, over the long, it might over the long haul, but not like you can win a game with them and feel good.
Right. So they're in good shape there.
Sip, I was curious because this is, I think, why we initially wanted to have you on, and apparently we're just going to keep the show as long as we want to, I guess.
That's fine.
The one thing I did want to ask you about is, and DB asked this of somebody earlier, was if you're taking a position group with a new coach and saying this is the best proof of concept for future recruiting. So basically we're talking about O-line, D-line, and secondary. Those are the main spots with the new coaches, right?
Or the three most maligned, I think is where I kind of started it.
Which of those do you think is most likely? I'm going to ask it a little differently than you did. Which of those do you think is most likely to show the type of improvement that they can point to and say, this is our proof of concept that what we're doing works?
I'd say O-line because of what they added, but also because the two guys they got coming back, I think, are really good, Evans and Pritchett.
Yeah.
I thought Pritchett played well down the stretch. He kind of turned the corner. Now, I'd be interested to hear what you guys say. You're really astute.
I am one. He was the only guy that I felt like was must retain.
Pritchett?
Yep.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
Because of how he played down the stretch.
He was really good.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was the second best player on the field in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Behind that quarterback for Utah. And then Evans, if someone would have come and plucked Evans, it would have been an SEC team. He's pretty good. I mean, he's not.
And he was extremely close to Donnie.
I'm sorry.
He was extremely close to Donnie.
Yes, he was. He kind of has that sort of personality. So those two guys, and then what they added, I like what they added. I like Brendan Black. I think he steps in. You hope Bobolade is that guy, and then they have the guy from Baylor that I think can step in, Mubenga. I think it's that. I think I better be that. I mean, I'd say it needs to be that. I hope that's the group that shows Jeep Wade, proof of concept, Lonnie Teasley, all that. I hope it's that group.
My man.
Did we miss anything? I think we covered it all.
Sip, that's rapid fire, buddy. How you feeling about that? You good?
What's that now?
That was rapid fire. Do you feel okay? Did we let you off the?
You guys are high level. I mean, you got to be ready. That's why I don't like to do it like on the fly. I like to be ready for your show because it's not simple.
Well, thank you. I think.
Yes. I got a new M one. It's Stephen Margarita Sipple.
No, that's like that sounds like I belong in Tijuana. Malcolm X is a whole different deal. I don't even know what to make of it.
I was gonna get you out of here on Stephen Maddox Sipple.
Okay.
After one of the great pitchers of all time.
Yeah, I had a pleasure of seeing him pitch. I'll take that. Crap.
Was that really a pleasure? At what point in his career was that?
He was with the Padres.
Oh, so that's late. That's late stage.
No, am I mixing him up with Glavine? I mix those guys up a lot.
Glavine was never a father, so I do think you're right on Maddox.
Okay. God,
But that was late career Maddox. But I'll be honest, even late career Maddox, like seeing him get guys out throwing like 82 was kind of fun.
Yeah. Dodger Stadium. And wow, what a
Sip, you know all about not having your fastball. Is that what you gravitated towards?
yeah. I threw out my arm when I was like 12 years old.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's it. I appreciate you being kind to me in Vegas when I really just wanted to spar and box, man. Thank you.
God, hey, Ravi, it gets a little too much with Damon. He's like assaults me.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm you weigh 40 pounds more than me. I mean,
dude, I'm 219.
Yeah, and I'm 179. So there you go.
Hey, that's 40. That's good quick math there, Sip.
Yeah,
there you go. All right.
40 pounds more than me. And you're always coming up and flexing and throwing punches at me. I'm like, man, you got to come down if we're going to do this, okay?
What's the catch weight? Like 190?
200.
Yeah, 190. You got to lose 30.
Oh, I can't get to 90, but I can.
I know.
I can get to 200.
He's trying to say Sip's not interested in making the fight. He's trying to get a number you can't get to.
Sip, you hit hard. Like, there's always a chance.
58 years old.
I'm 51.
Did you see Tyson fight?
Almost 2.
Yeah, I saw Tyson.
That wasn't good.
Yeah, but he took a dive. Who cares? He could have killed Jake. Or he could have killed Paul if he wanted to.
Ooh, I don't know.
Are you serious?
I don't think Sip's taking a dive. He's gonna let them hands go.
What I do?
Just so you know, I've learned to punch down. At 5'2", you don't really have an advantage.
5'2", is that what are you saying here?
He's not Shane. What are you talking about?
I'm just messing with you, Sip.
5'8".
Stop ruining good tequila by having them in margaritas. just drink the regular tequila, Sip.
I've gone to mezcal a lot, so.
Ooh, I don't like mezcal.
Sip, do you like reposado?
I don't know what it is.
Okay,
so that's like the mid tier of the aging process. Like Blanco's,
it's light brown.
Yeah, Blanco's
light
the clear
brown.
one.
It's not Añejo and it's not Blanco.
Okay.
All right. So
I'd probably like it.
Yep. You need go look up 818 reposado.
Okay.
It's a good price point. You Richies can afford it.
Yeah.
Feel good about it.
Okay.
It 818 reposado. Thank me later.
Okay. All right.
All right, buddy.
Good conversation. I enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
All right, I'll give you a love hug next time I see you.
I wish you would. See you later.
All right, buddy.
See you, Sip. That is Steven Milo Sipple.
I was like, he's a good dude.
No, we love Sip. Real quick, we got to get to Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook and Casino. There's some good games we got going on here. Some good basketball games.
Are we doing today or tomorrow or the week?
Wherever you can find lines for.
Well, I mean, you know.
The one I'm looking at,
maybe.
First and foremost, is Michigan State at minus 1.5 for Michigan. That's on the road, though, in East Lansing. How you feeling?
I am all in on the rabid Wolverine. It's really just a point.
Yeah.
But give me Michigan on the road. I think May greater than Izzo.
I agree.
And I don't like Michigan State's offense.
What offense?
Give me Michigan. And you know what?
I'm going to deep cut you here in a second, but go ahead.
Lock it up.
Lock it in?
Lock it up.
Lock it in. Let me begin. The only other top 25 team in action tonight is the St. Louis Billikens.
They got the Flyers, right?
The Robbie Avila special. They do have the Dayton Flyers. 10.5-point favorites for SLU.
Oh, God. I went to an educational conference in Dayton. That is like the armpit. I'm sorry, Daytonians. It was not a nice place to be.
I don't think we have a big Ohio audience.
It's a very urban school district.
Okay.
10 in the
10 in the what the hook gonna be?
I like the Lou.
They're pretty good.
Although Dayton will be
They're not bad. They're 5-3 in play in conference play. They're 14-7. Like Dayton's not bad.
They'll be punchy.
They're always gonna give them a go. I'm taking St. Louis.
But give me the Lou.
Yeah, give me the Billikens.
The Fighting Andrew Rogers.
All 10.5 of them.
Yeah.
He's a Longwood? No, not Longwood. Lindenwood. Lindenwood. He's a Lindenwood guy.
Lindenwood.
He would never root for the Bills.
Did you ever see the show called The Wood? I mean, not to end the show how we started.
I did not.
It might be a little too ethnic for you.
That is.
It's a lot of little brothers growing up into men. It's called The Wood.
That is Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook and Casino. Make sure you get out there. Great place to place your bets. Don't give your money to Iowa unless you're a trader. That's all I got to say about it.
Unless
keep your
you're
money.
like Joe.
Yeah, keep your money right here in the state with Warhorse Sportsbook and Casino. Go hang out there. They got the Ale House. They got places. They got table games as well. Make sure you get out there as well. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live. We'll be back on Monday.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.